and welcome to the Glorious Bards. I'm your magnanimous Game Master Tom, and this is Episode 10, Night at the Theater. In our last adventure, the heroes traveled to the town of Tabonry, where they worked their magic to create a portal to bring Xander home. Meanwhile, the gnome sorcerer was leaping dangerously between worlds, trying to survive and find his way back home. In the end, Xander was lost somewhere in time and space until Killian heroically sacrificed himself to bring Xander back to their world. How will the heroes handle the loss of Killian, and what dangers will they face in the town of Tabonry? The adventure begins. In the morning hours, the town of Tabonry is cold and still. After a long night of drinking, fireworks, and celebration, most of the townsfolk rest heavily as the sun slowly rises. Amongst the tall buildings crammed within the walls, there is a thin home with the symbol carved over the door of a book over open hands. This simple place is the town's temple to Carahel, the goddess of knowledge and healing. Unlike other temples that are grand edifices to their gods, this temple is only a small living room with shelves of books and a grumpy priest's bedroom upstairs. A priest who isn't too fond of being woken up in the middle of the night. In this living room, the fire has almost burned out in the fireplace. A table has been pushed into the middle of the narrow room, and the body of Killian, the Wayfarer of Carahel, lies upon the table. Sitting in chairs or on the ground are a dwarf, an elf, a gnome, and a goblin, no one having spoken much the last few hours. An old priest resting in a chair by the fire wakes up with a snort and shakes his head. He quietly goes over to the table and pulls a ceremonial sheet over the fallen wayfarer. Yes, we'll take good care of your friend here. His ashes will be taken to our temple in Mirskan, as is our way, where he will rest with his fellow priests. I'm off now to get some fresh water and bread. You lads take your time here. No rush. He's not going anywhere. The old priest pats the goblin on the head as he heads out the door.
I can't believe he's gone. Just like that. What do we do now?
It's a sad loss for sure.
No, I mean, what do we do about his loot? How do we split that up?
Let's worry about that later. We lost a hero and a friend.
Friend who gave his life to save me. I feel like this is somehow my fault. There's a good man lying on the table who gave his life.
2 men's lives.
2?
Kel, a young street kid, died in the portal trying to get you out. What's with that, Jix? I saw what you did there.
I grabbed his hand to test the portal. I had to see what it would do before trying to rescue Xander. I thought it might maim him, not...
Kill him? Is that what you mean to say? You didn't think you'd kill him? You took his hand and forced him into the portal where he got vaporized? That's called murder.
But I didn't mean to.
Kel didn't make any choice and he's gone too. That's flat out murder. We're not murderers.
Well, technically we are. We've murdered before, like a lot of murders. Murders on a weekly basis, if we're being honest.
That's not the point.
Kel and Killian. Their lives for mine. Oh, that just doesn't sit right with me.
No, we're not doing that. Killian knew the risks of adventuring like all of us, and he would have given his life for anyone, any one of us, without a second thought. Let's not diminish his sacrifice by arguing amongst ourselves.
The heroes sit quietly in the cold room for a while, looking at the floor. The fire continues to fade. It crackles just one final time.
You guys remember that time that Killian charged a pig on a horse with his spear like some sort of heroic knight?
And totally missed, like by a mile.
Yeah, he would always cast that divine lech spell on everyone just to see if they were evil or not.
Yeah, that never worked.
Do you remember the time sliding down the mountain when Killian kicked Xander off the door and he had the gnome bouncing face first in the snow at the end of the rope?
That was the best!
Yeah, so the best. I almost totally forgot that traumatic experience. No amount of healing will ever wipe that memory away. So much fun, that Killian.
Oh, shit. I almost forgot.
Iggy starts digging around in his pack and pulls out a thin leather pouch.
Killian gave me these in case anything ever happened to him.
Oh, what are they?
Letters for us. He said we're supposed to read these if something bad happened to him. And now's that time.
Iggy hands out a folded page to each of his friends covered in a wax seal marked with the symbol of Carahel.
Well, should we read them to ourselves?
Idrisil immediately breaks the seal on his letter and reads it out loud to the group.
Brother Idrisil, continue to watch over your brothers. They will need your bow and your many strengths in the time ahead. You have been stalwart and brave at every turn. You have guarded over us all, and we could not have achieved everything we have without you. I pray to Carahel that your arrows fly true in defense of your companions. Remember this. Though heathen creatures have viewed you as a god, you are not divine and must keep yourself as safe as you strive to keep others. Killian Fennel, Wayfarer of Carahel.
What the hell kind of letter is that?
That was very nice, okay? It's very nice.
I appreciate the reminder that you're not a god.
I think everybody appreciates that.
Not everyone.
Jix opens up his letter.
Let's see here. Brother Jix, those that look upon you and see a monster know you not. You have long known Iggy, but the rest of us you have only known a short while. Despite that, you have selfishly risked your life for each of us. You have had opportunities to turn away, but have come despite the peril to yourself and for more than any perceived material rewards. I pray that Carahel continues to guide your hands in the skill of your craft. May that skill provide safety, health, and comfort to you and your companions. I would leave you with this thought. Those that you travel with are your brothers. They are the companions and true friends you have long been deprived of by the challenges faced in your past. You must trust them as they must trust in you. See, guys? Look around, see your friends. They put their lives in your hands, and you in theirs. Without trust, it will all come to ruin. The mire pins are yours. May you learn their secrets. Killian Fennel, Wayfarer of Carahel.
You still so eager to loot him?
Well,
Yeah, you don't feel bad anymore?
I just wanted to be practical. I appreciate the sacrifice he made for Xander here and for all of us.
I'm glad you're here, Jex, and I do consider you to be a good friend and part of the team. You also could be a defender of Edlin home.
Me?
Yes, you.
Jix the Jix, defender of Edlin home. I like the sound of that.
Did you just call yourself Jix the Jix?
So?
We're having a moment, Iggy. This isn't very nice.
Iggy the Iggy.
Try to do something nice. You say something to everybody.
Xander breaks the seal on his letter and reads it out loud.
Brother Xander, as you are reading this, so must you be returned to us, and so to have I passed from this realm. I have prepared the scroll for this moment, which will become more clear to you as you read these words. I have left the others only with some final words that in my hubris I would like to impart on them. Within moments after losing you in the chain gate, I received a blessing from my goddess. It is something our priesthood calls the deep melancholy. It is granted only to a few rare wayfinders. It occurs so rarely that I have only read of it in our library. It is not a feeling but a sensation and a deep knowledge that our mortal coil is being called to Carahel. While there is joy in this, it is given its name because we are now able to recognize moments that make us who we are come to pass and never to be known to us again. Laughter between great friends, a deep conversation, left for later that will never occur. That night sounds of the countryside and the crackle of a campfire shared in a companionable silence by those that you would call brothers. Even the most gregarious of our order became more stoic during this time as we watched with new eyes our final days. When you were felled by Callian Varro on the road several days back, I have begun to see what I can only describe as a glowing nimbus of light energy around you, slowly gaining in intensity. It can be no coincidence, though, that I have been given these two blessings with both regard to you. You are of importance to her, and I believe you will be given the chance to accomplish something great and worthy as defender of the realm. We must succeed at any cost in releasing you from the chain gates entrapment. More not, for I am with my goddess. My duty is complete, my purpose fulfilled. Killian fell.
He knew this would be the moment.
Why me?
Why him?
The group turns and looks at Iggy holding the last letter in his hands with his name on it.
So, what's yours say there, Igster? You gonna read it?
Nope. This one's just for me.
Iggy puts his letter back into the leather pouch and slides it under his chest armor. He clears his throat and stands up with a purpose.
All right, on your feet, boys. We're not gonna get rich and famous and save the world sitting in here all day. Time to find trouble and knock some heads.
And make some coin.
The group says their final goodbyes to Killian. Iggy snatches up a bundle of Killian's supplies before goblin hands can find it.
We'll figure out the loot later.
Agreed.
Ooh, let's stop by that bakery we saw on the way in and get some breakfast.
And Kel had mentioned a place called Peg's Tavern that sees a lot of adventurers. I bet we can stir up something there later.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
The heroes leave the temple and walk down a street where the smell of warm biscuits fills the morning air. Jix smacks his lips and dives into the bakery first.
I'm starving.
The rest of the group joins the goblin except Iggy. The dwarf stops off at an alley around the corner to relieve himself. He stands between two smashed crates and lets out a big sigh. He hears one of his friends come into the alley to check on him.
I'm coming. Just give me a second.
Suddenly, he feels a hand around his throat and a knife tip digging into his crotch. Sten, the thug trying to collect money last night, has Iggy in a real bad spot. Thought you could make me look like a fool, huh?
Take it easy now.
Kel's gonna pay me the other 3 silver right before I cut his throat. What do you think of that?
Well, you might be a little late for that.
Iggy feels the pain of the knife at his groin. But not before I cut off your pecker and leave you dying in this piss. Iggy slowly reaches for the hilt of his sword. You play nice, and maybe I let you die like a man. You shouldn't have messed with me last night. Now I gotta end you. What's it like knowing you're about to die? Suddenly, an arrow flies through the air and pierces the thug's throat. He drops his knife and falls to his knees, blood gurgling from his mouth. He looks up in horror as his hands fumble at the arrow in his throat.
It feels a lot like that, you driveling, slack-jawed coward!
Iggy spits on the dead thug as an archer steps into the alley. A stranger, a half-elf adorned in leather interwoven with a leaf design, slings a bow over his shoulder and pulls back his hood.
Hail, friend. Looked like you could use some help there.
I sure did. Talk about being caught between a rock and a really hard place, right? Haha. What kind of pig-loving gutter monkey attacks a man doing his business? Thanks, friend, I owe you.
I spotted you coming out of that temple there. I'm going to fathom a guess you're a barbarian, and you've got a gnome, an elf, a goblin, and a priest named Killian not far away.
You're right on almost all of those counts. So I'm guessing this wasn't just lucky you were here.
Not exactly. I was told I might find you all here.
They call me Ignol. And who are you?
The name's Sildren. I've come all the way from Azamir, sent by the sorceress Callian Varol, to find you.
Iggy holds out his hand to shake.
Well, why didn't you say so? I bet we've got a lot to talk about.
So Jix is eating pastries in the bakery.
Yeah.
Sildren, do you want to come meet, most of the rest of the party?
Yes.
You take him towards the bakery. Inside, you see that the group is bought some stuff, and Jix is just making a pig of himself in a corner, having a blast.
No, Dix, I wanted the chocolate one. You give me that one, and I'll give you this one.
Oh, well, I took a bite out of it already.
I don't care. Hand over. I want to try it.
You see, Iggy has a new friend behind him.
Hey, thanks for leaving me behind back there, guys.
You said.
I almost got my dick cut off.
Well,
But enough of that.
Was she worth it, though?
No, not even a little bit. But this I think he might be a new friend. But this is Sildren. He helped me out there.
Greetings, companions.
Hi, children. You want a biscuit?
I will decline for now.
Idrisil walks up to him and sees the bow. Nice bow there, friend.
Thank
Where'd you come from?
Most recently from the Tower of Azamir.
Did you say Azamir?
Yes.
I know everything about Azamir.
Callian Varro sent him.
Oh, I don't want to talk.
I-
Hang on a second. And I immediately
Jump through a glass window.
behind Idrisil.
You hide behind him?
Literally hide behind
All
him. Oh!
And you are Idrisil.
I'm Idrisil.
You
This is Xander.
not Vargalos.
Yeah, that's right. Not Vargalos.
You know of
Jix.
Vargalos?
I know of him. You are Jix.
What do you know about Varglos?
I know he is some trouble. And you have one other companion, and I have been asked to give the message to him. Where is Killian?
You're a little late, unfortunately.
Idrisil's ears kind of go down a little bit.
Jix just starts stuffing his face. His mouth full.
That's how he copes with stress. He eats.
His cheeks are all puffy.
He died yesterday. He's no longer with us.
We've been through quite a mess these past few days.
That is unfortunate.
The mess, I might add, that came from Killian Varro. You can tell her that the reason Killian died was because we were successful. We destroyed the chain gates from the other side. I got stuck, and he sacrificed his life to get me out. We did it. You let her know that. He was a hero.
And it was kind of boring on our end. I mean, we had to buy an apple cart. That's really all we did. We didn't really do much.
Callian Varro sends her regards and her thanks for destroying the chain gate. In fact, it is part of the reason why I am here now. Is there a place more private that we
There's a baker. There's a young baker just leaning. Whoa! Do I call the guard?
I've never even seen these before.
We have a room. We can go back there, or we can find a tavern. What would you prefer?
I would prefer a room that would be more private, I believe, and more appropriate to the message that I relay.
Where do you take him?
Back to our rooms.
Your room's in the inn.
Yeah.
All right, you go to the inn. The
Featherfall.
no Fall Feathers.
That's what I said.
One spell. One spell. There's no tavern. There's no drinks. Just rooms. It's pretty quiet. And you guys go up. You have a couple rooms there, and you take your new half-elf archer friend there as well. And you sit down after getting cozy for a bit. You chat.
Sildren pulls out, he puts on some gloves and then gives each of you a look and turn. His eyes linger momentarily, maybe a little longer on Jex. This is not to be touched at this time. And pulls out a small box, sets it on the table. This is known as a crystal box. It is a magic item, and under the right circumstances, it can entrap and teleport an individual far away. There is a man, a creature named Rayneth, who is somewhere here in Tabonry, and the box I have brought is to remove him from this city. Wizards have foreseen that he cannot at this time be killed, but he has plans in Tabonry that must be foiled, and this box is the key.
It sends him back to your tower, or where does it send him?
Is unfortunately not to the tower itself, or fortunately, depending on which wizard you may ask, but it will send him some large distance away. The box will teleport him in a more random way, but it will accomplish the end for now.
Well, like, how do we know he doesn't send him, like, to someplace he wants to go? Like, Treasure Island, or a place where he can get a dragon and come back and do more bad stuff, or, like, a place with, a lot of food, or, like, a swamp, or...
Oh, or like a place with an oil painting where everything's silver around the outside, but you can slide through stuff all the time. I've been there. It was kind of neat.
Or what if it's just a bad teleporter and it only teleports him like 20 feet away?
Who is this man?
What's a teleporter?
A sort of sort of disregards everybody but Iggy at this point. It's like, and kind of mumbles something under his breath, something about maybe Callian Varro was mistaken to put her faith in you. You think you hear something like that, but you can't be sure. He is a creature of shadow and death, and he wants to be here in Tabonry. And
What if we kill him?
that is,
Or does he need to be alive for some reason?
he does not need to be alive, but the tower has foreseen that he cannot at this time be killed. That it is not something that can be accomplished.
Well, that's because they haven't met the defenders of Bedlam home, right? Right, Xander?
That's right.
Jix says as he drops an alchemist firebomb on the ground, it rolls.
Oops.
Well, okay.
Where do we start the search?
Pretty sure Peg's Tavern. I'm thirsty.
Do you know?
He defers to Iggy.
But hang on a second. You knew he was here. You know he can't be killed. There's a lot of things that you know.
Yeah.
You come from Asimir.
How do you know this stuff?
I have been told by Callian Varro, and have been told to impart that knowledge specifically to Killian.
What
But
is your relation to Callian?
our conclave of druids are close to their tower, and when our purposes align, we will sometimes function as allies, messengers.
Jix just makes an OK sign and his pointer finger and just makes the symbols enact with each other.
You're trying to say that you think they blink?
Easy, guys. Let's keep the tone down a little bit.
She got back to Asimir. We saw her not long ago.
She is safe in Asimir at this
Very
time.
good.
Or at least was when I left her.
Well, we are mourning a friend.
Yeah, give us like 2 or 3 more episodes.
We'll get right back to you.
We're told that this tavern has some interesting characters there. Maybe we'll run into somebody we know, but we are fresh in this city as well. We do not have... The only contact we had is also no longer with us.
Who told you we're here?
There is a sect of wizards in Asimir who are diviners, and they were able to foretell that this is where you would be. And Callian Varro, with her knowledge and trust in Killian, believed that it was perhaps not a coincidence that the fates were aligning to bring you, me, and this creature together in the same place.
What is it? You said shadow and death. That could be very many things. Is it big? Is it small? Can you put it inside a vase? What is it?
Is a creature of shadow and death. That is what I know.
Do you see what I'm working with here? This is not... Do you not know? Do you not have a name for it? Is it a demon?
Rayneth is the creature's name.
He's got like a whole cul-de-sac of information.
And is it a creature or is it human?
He would likely be assuming human form. He was perhaps once a human. I would not necessarily believe him so at this stage.
So once we find him, how's your little silver box work?
If he can be...
Are you leaving that with us? Are you going to join us to find him? What is your plan, elf?
He sort of looks around at Jix and Xander, and before looking back at Eggy, he's like, I do believe it would be of benefit for me to remain with you until the task is complete. There is some reward in it for you as well, and there's a small wooden box that gets handed to Iggy, and it clinks when it's passed off. And
This is half down.
I believe you will find the payment sufficient for what must be accomplished. The box itself, if Rayneth can be tricked into touching it, it can most likely do its work. Or if while he is being battled, if it is thrown within a near vicinity of him 6 feet or so, it will unfold itself and take him.
Well, but what happens if someone else touches it?
They will go with the box to wherever it will take them.
Somebody else touches this, the box goes. Is
The box is rendered inert after a single use.
But it could happen with anyone?
If you touch it, it will happen to you, yes.
well,
Xander takes a step back.
He's gun shy.
He was leaning for it a lot. No.
You know, you took that foe down right before I could, but you can handle yourself.
Yeah, what other skills can you provide us?
You're confident in holding that on your person?
And we already have an archer, so what can you make biscuits?
He says eating a biscuit.
I do have other talents as well. The bow is just for show.
You're just
Like,
why would you have a bow just for... He's just like shaking his head like, what?
It throws a little wink at Idrisil.
He does not return the favor.
Elven camaraderie here, I see.
The new archer's got like the best possible bow that you can possibly buy, and he has no idea how to use it. He doesn't appreciate it, and you're just like, son of a bitch, I hate these rich people.
Like 1%ers.
Fix your teeth.
well, let's go get a drink and maybe luck will.
If Iggy says you can handle yourself in battle, I think it would be okay for you to join
You
us.
would have been impressed. That arrow went right through this guy's throat.
Well, I can't say anything against that. You're welcome to join us for now. I do hope you are as diplomatic as you are strong with your bow.
Obliged.
Because
Yeah, I got like a +5. That's perfect.
we lost someone who was the heart of our group, so we definitely need...
Jix is the spleen of the group.
I was thinking
Some lungs, liver.
pancreas because you don't really need him.
The appendix.
Iron guts, right? That's a defining stat of
It's
yours.
it's one of my traits.
Iron gut.
Before you guys head out, there is a bundle that's unwrapped and placed on the bed in the room, and there might be a few things that need to be addressed from Killian's
Yeah.
belongings.
Before we leave, we have 2 things we should look at. group.
He unfolds the bundle, and then you see everyone just draw their weapons and close the door.
Perfect.
So yeah, we have the bundle from Killian and the box that jingles from Soldrin.
Okay.
Let's open. Iggy will place it on the bed. Place both of them on the bed and unwrap the bundle that was Killian's belongings.
Okay. Any key things, Chris, that you are okay with? That I'm sure there's some things that should be buried with him, or are there some things that should be passed along?
Yeah. So the Meyer pins were already in the letter to Jex,
Okay.
given to him specifically.
You see 5 duplicate Meyer pins.
There is an ever-burning torch in his possession, and then a hunk of iron
Fine.
with hunk of iron.
20-pound hunk of iron.
Yeah, hunk of
Small
iron
crafting hammer.
with a hammer and like an eyeglass type thing. And looking over at my dead character, I think that was pretty much it.
What about his book?
How much? His
Oh, the book should
book
not.
should go with.
Yeah, if you take the book, I will fucking haunt you.
Oh,
Can I use that as a familiar then?
also, how much coin?
Which was also donated to the Temple of Karahel.
Yeah.
10 gold and 29 silver would have been
Ooh.
Iggy, did you get anything in your letter that
a
talks about
healer's
what to do
kit,
with these?
though.
Hmm.
A healer's kit might come in handy.
Not. Yeah.
Yep.
Idrisil's going to go ahead and snag the healer's kit.
Yeah.
And some soap. Anybody want some soap?
He's going to throw it at Jix.
Jix dodges.
No, that's
It goes into the fire.
yeah.
Jix starts eating
Because I
it.
already have the spyglass, I will
Yeah.
take the hammer and the torch, unless anybody.
Yep, that's cool.
Well, there's a hammer and then like an eyeglass thing as well, which is different than your spyglass.
Oh.
They all came together.
It
Like-
seems like
Oh,
it's
then-
like a jeweler's.
Yeah, like a loop type
Oh,
item.
then I don't know. I'll let Xaner take all of
The
that.
little tiny guy carry around the 20
No,
pound
I'll
hunk
take the
iron.
bar. I'll take the iron bar. I don't know why you have that. It's gonna get thrown.
I will take the
It-
torch. since you
It's
can-
gray in your equipment slot, by the way.
Sell it. It's probably worth it.
I'm going to take the torch since you can create fire and
can.
you have bombs, fire bombs. So
Speaking of creating fire, I really like your hat. Where did that come from?
I found it.
That's Brinley's hat, isn't it?
No,
I remember that hat.
not.
It's got stars.
It has a moon.
Can I try it? Just once. Remember the letter.
I'd like to make a stealth roll to help him get the hat.
Just one time.
And Jix takes it off his head
All right.
and ceremoniously places it on Xander's.
Xander accepts the ceremony and kneels on one knee.
All right. Xander, you have this big floppy wizard's hat that has the little tag on the back that says Brim the Wizard on it, so you're kind of sure where it came from. And you, this is a hat of the Magi, and it has some magical abilities, and if you spend the night with it to attune to it, essentially, you can gain the benefits, but not until then.
Can I? It's a weird question.
I feel kind of awkward.
It's really comfortable. Can I just hang on to it for the night? Just for tonight. I'll give it to you tomorrow. By the way, have your smoke stick. I didn't use it. You can have it back.
Just for the night.
Okay.
Okay.
Are they always like this?
They're actually on good behavior.
That is terrifying.
Look at my hat.
You'll get used to it.
Idrisil's just in the corner waving his hand over the ever-burning torch, just watching it not go on fire.
Jix has made his way over to the chest of rattling.
Yeah, what's in the wooden box?
That,
What's in the box?
that you just gave him?
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell him.
4 platinum?
4 platinum.
For real?
Yeah.
There's 9 platinum in there.
No, there's 9. There's 9 platinum in there. A platinum is worth 10 gold. That is 90 gold. That is the most money you guys have ever seen.
9 platinum.
Yes.
So Jix takes 5.
No.
You will be encumbered.
With a ghost.
I hand out 2 to each of you.
Oh,
We'll split this last one up when we get to somewhere where we can do it. They're worth how much gold?
Each platinum is 10 gold.
Okay.
I just wrote 9 platinum on my character sheet. La, la, I have all of it.
I mean, for like this much platinum, you could probably just hire a small army.
I did.
Jix stands up a little straighter.
Straightens his tattered up, raggy clothes.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
This feels good.
business is settled. Let's get some drinks.
Real quick, Xander's trying to decipher the eyeglass. It was never really determined what it was.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing it's like a jeweler's lens, but I kind of want to. Do I have a lore I need to roll for that, or is there something I can check? For?
I have to make the roll for you, and you have succeeded. Spending about 10 minutes before you guys head out, you have finally identified that item. And it is called clearly a crafter's eyepiece. This is a nice item. It's a rugged metal eyepiece etched with square patterns designed to be worn over a single eye. Twisting the lens reveals a faint 3-dimensional outline of an item you plan to build or repair. It gives you a permanent +1 to crafting checks.
Wow.
Jix's jaw just hit the floor.
I've only got a +1. This would make it double that.
You've been sitting on this for a long time, Groove. In addition, it helps you repair items better on top of that. And it's 2 bonuses that I get.
What about the hammer?
So what is it?
We have a few things we need to look at, but we'll have those Meyer pins. We don't know what the hell those are. I don't know if you ever checked.
Hey, what's your name?
He hasn't had it
Sildren.
yet.
Hey, Sildren.
And Jix pulls out one of these Meyer pins.
Okay.
Hey, what do you make of this?
Looks like some sort of lapel pin.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Okay.
Look at it. You're really fuzzy. I can see a little bit through it.
What are you doing with
Look at
that
this thing.
thing? What is that?
Killian wanted me to have this. Xander tucks it into his little satchel.
How's it feel?
Let's go to Pegs.
All right, you guys head off. You leave your inn and head across town through Tabonry to Peg's Tavern. The town is starting to come alive a little bit. There's motion. There's a lot of cleaning going on and fun Mardi Gras-like debris littered all over the place. People are groggy, but kind of friendly-ish still from the high of the celebration last night. You guys approach Peg's Tavern. This place is a 2-story tavern that looks pretty wide and tall. You can hear some music coming from inside that's a little faint. You open the door and you see, even though it's maybe 10:30 in the morning, there's still plenty of activity going on here. There's plenty of partygoers that probably haven't stopped celebrating from last night. Some people are passed out, some are laughing, a bunch of people are plastered. The place is tall. It's got balconies up off the side with tables up there. There's a huge long bar. There's a bunch of barmaids that are going around serving drinks and chatting with people. There's a lot of activity. There's an entertainer that's going around trying to keep people's spirits up. This is totally different than the sad ember lantern that Jix's family owns. There's a lot of activity going on and action. And there's a big, cool, gregarious barkeeper who's doing some great Tom Cruise drink tossing stuff, cocktail style from behind. And and you can also see there's a small little stage set up in the almost in the middle underneath this big balcony section, and there is a bard there who just looks so exhausted and is just kind of leaning on this chair, just barely strumming some notes out of a lute.
It just walks over to the bar, drops a silver into, I'm guessing, like a guitar case or something that's sitting near him, whatever loot case. Yeah, whatever loot case he has right there. He just flicks a silver into his case.
All right, he starts playing the song Darkstone Shines. For anyone that knows that reference. Yeah, he perks up a little bit.
No one.
Thanks, Dennis Miller. There's got to be one person out there going, yeah!
Maybe there's somebody on the 405.
Good Carson.
So, Sildren, what's your poison? Don't say goat's milk, please.
Beer, mead,
Okay.
ale, wine, anything fermented.
All right, let's guys find a table. I'll grab drinks.
You go up to the bar, the bartender's there, and he says, hey, friend, what
How
brings...
are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Tired, but it's been a great night.
I bet you've had a good time.
What are you having?
I need five of your strongest ales.
Yeah, I can handle that. And you look like you might like some strong, thick wine, perhaps. I've got a bottle of Brute Stallion here, if you're interested.
Five of your strongest ales and one Brute Stallion.
And yeah, you got it. And he gets the drinks all ready and slaps them down on the table. You got to pay him a couple silver, if you would, please.
I'll give him 3 silver.
All right, he takes it, gives you the bottle of wine, which has this big, obnoxiously faced horse galloping across it. You look like you're an adventurer by the looks of it.
Yeah, me and my friends we've gotten around a little.
I see him. Did you enjoy the celebration last night? Quite a night.
It was all right.
Oh, all
It
right.
was fun, but yeah, we lost one of our members recently, and so we're here to hoist a few in his honor.
I know how that goes. I used to be an adventurer myself.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Arrow in the knee.
It says I was our group's scout. I would go ahead and check the lay of the land, look for ambushes, check for traps, that kind of stuff.
That is a great role.
It was.
What
And
happened? You retired? You bought this place?
you could say that. And
Are you Peg?
he lifts up a leg that has a peg attached to it. He says, the name's Norjan, but people just call me Pegs.
Okay. Pegs, good, nice to meet you. I'm Ignol.
He shakes your
You
hand.
can call me Iggy. I'll be back, I'm sure, in not too long.
All
I'll
right.
Make quick work of these. And I take everything haphazardly back to the table.
So he literally did take an arrow in the knee.
Yeah, you called it. All right, you're with the group. Music is playing a little bit more livelier now. There's some people that are laughing loudly in the corner, and your group is there at this table, and Ignol has the drinks.
Ignol passes out the beers. He takes his first ale and slams it, just like it's done. And then he cracks the top on this Brute Stallion.
All right. It smells challenging, would be the word I'd describe it.
Iggy's excited.
You're like, oh, I hope this is still good. And yeah, it's delightfully pungent is the best description I can give it. Want to enjoy some of that
In half a second.
at 10:45 in the morning?
Yep.
All right.
Jix catches a whiff as he uncorks that thing
Okay.
and sidles over to Iggy.
You like it? You like the smell?
Smells like my mother's bosom.
I agree.
This place is really untidy. This is not how I would have kept it. I could say we could wash that one over there. You could do new glasses over there. It's fine. Just saying. There's some things that we do a little bit better back at the lantern.
For sure, though, you can't replace the lantern, but
Except for have
we're
people
nowhere
in
near
it.
the lantern. So, real quick, raise your glasses. Killian Fennel was a friend. Killian Fennel was a servant to Carahel. He had a lot to say. Those that knew him best knew that sometimes he had a lot of nothing to say. He gave us strength in times of trouble, wisdom in times of uncertainty, and sharing in times of happiness. He is a symbol of selfless humanity. This one is for you, big guy. Praise to Carahel, but glory to Crom.
Glory to Crom!
And he takes a handle off of that wine.
All right, everyone drinks and celebrates a god from a different universe, and and you celebrate Killian with a big drink.
To come, Crumb.
How's that brute stallion? Iggy.
It tastes okay, but you can feel your belly gurgling already. You're not sure what things are going to be like an hour from now.
Good times.
And at that, Jigsaw's also really getting into it. And behind Jix, you hear a jingle of a bell. And jingle, 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 jingle. And you see the entertainer, a small halfling, come up. And he's got a weird, funny hat. And he comes up and he's trying to get people excited and keep everyone still staying in the bar. And he walks up behind Jix and Xander and says, hey, it's Justo, the silly Jester!
Oh my god! Woo! Look at the bells, you guys!
Yeah!
It's hilarious!
Now, you all are new here, aren't you?
Yeah!
I got the joke for you. How do you make?
Heard that one.
Oh, how? Okay. What about this one? What do you call?
Yeah, a pig with 3 eyes. I know.
Okay.
No, I just want to hear one. Come on, you can do it, Justo.
He pauses, looks at the goblin. How do you make holy water? You boil the hell out of it.
Hey, give me a copper for that one.
What? No, you pay me. I'm Justo, the silly Jester.
Look at Justo. Yes, I'm dizzy.
Give him a copper.
Yeah, here, copper.
He takes it and he moves on to another table as the bartender Pegs comes over and he says, hey, you boys looking for anything to eat? We've got some strips of jerky, some bread, and some spicy oatmeal if you're interested.
I'm for sure gonna have some spicy oatmeal.
I like bread.
Served to you by Tyler Durden.
Will you put some turkey in it for me?
I'll take some jerky and some bread.
All right.
Hey, where do you get this brute stallion, Pegs? It's a little rough.
Well, it's something we have made here in Tabonry.
Oh,
Making the bathtub.
Yeah, it's special. All right, so I got a jerk for you and some oatmeal for the little one. Got it.
Bread.
He walked off without listening to it.
He probably heard me. That's fine.
oh, he for sure heard you. Pegs is a good guy.
Oh, I'm Justo. What was that joke? What do you say? How do you hell water? That's funny.
Who else is in the tavern? Is there
Pours him a little more.
like when this place was first described, when Kel described it, he said there were a lot of other adventurers. This is where the adventurers met up.
You can see there are several folks that could definitely fit that caliber. People with weapons, people that can only wield light to no armor, that kind of stuff. There's some folks in here. You got the rogue folks, the elves, the mishmashes, people that aren't quite getting along, some that are like metagaming at the table, just being dicks, all that kind of normal role-playing experience is happening in different groups. Someone's showing up late with a pizza. You know how it goes. There's Cheetos being eaten and Mountain Dew, and that's what's happening. There's just a bunch. And the bartender Pegs comes back. He brings back some strips of jerky, as well as a big bowl of oatmeal. And then, so he didn't forget, turns to you, Xander, and says, hey, if you're looking for any work, check out the oak posts over there, pointing to a giant pillar that's different than the others that holds up one corner of the balcony. That's the big dark wood that's got different pieces of paper nailed to it. And then he walks away without delivering any bread.
I'll go look. Xander stumbles off of his stool in 2 inches difference from sitting to standing, just popping off again. And he goes to read anything that he can see at his level over at the post.
All right. Anything any of you else want to do or say?
Jix wants to help Xander stay upright, so he kind of hurries up and puts one of Xander's arms around his neck.
Never unasked for. I'm a hero. I went through portals. There's so many. I don't even remember there's a cat. He said, no, it's fine. Look.
Sildren's like just watching all this, being like, "What in the hell is going?
Did I get
what
myself
have I got
into?
myself into?"
Yeah, Idrisil is just going to stay at the table with Sildren and try to, bond a little bit.
Yeah, that's what Sildren would like to do too. With like apparently one of the only sane people in this.
Right.
Jix gets the hint and heads back to his big bowl of oatmeal.
It's a normal bowl.
Excuse me, man. I believe I ordered the large.
Giant says for Jick's face. Yeah, it's just standard.
Xander, you are at the big post that's holding up the balcony, and there are several messages that are nailed to this post of folks that are looking for help or assistance from adventurers that might peruse this particular establishment.
Xander grabs the crafting eyepiece from the satchel, kind of stumbles a little bit, trying to grab for it, puts it up in his eye, and just stares at them. Shadow and death. Okay, let's see. We've got help. Dangerous looking warrior needed. Must be fierce and take direction well. 12 gold pieces went up. It's not bad. 1 night's work. See Mackles. It's not too bad. All right, what else? Open-minded and confidential healer. Oh, no, we don't want... No, that's not going to work out. Let's see. Braslin Docks. Oh, here's one. Okay. Investigator needed. Ooh. Investigator needed. Annoying neighbor won't stop making creepy noises and stinking up the corner with sweet lilac juice. Obviously a goblin. Guards won't help. Knock on celery door at the market shop. 50 gold pieces. I better not tell anyone about that one. Missing son in North River District. If you see Targes, tell him to come home. Targes. I haven't heard that name. Creature under the North Docks needs a slayer to take it down. High risk and high pay. 35 gold. Speak to Lorson at the Red Whale Shipping and bring a big sword. Hot damn, we're gonna do that!
There's like a table of adventurers like a foot away from you. They're just all staring at you.
They can't read, so they've just been waiting for the moment.
I don't know if it came through in the voice, but Xander's wavering back and forth as he's reading these.
All right, you sit down and you tell the group about all the different little missions that are on there and kind of bring everyone up to speed. It takes about 10 or 15 minutes for them to finally get it all out of you. And then, of course, you realize you're at the wrong table. And then you move over to the next table and sit down with your actual friends and regale them with the stories.
There's a little boy. He's missing. They've started to say he just wants to go home. I want to go home. No, that's not right. There's another thing. They need a healer. Who's gonna need a healer this time? You're not gonna find what he's gonna die. No, there's. I remember they needed. There's Ooh, it's on the side. There's a red fish. It's a fish. They need a slayer. I remember. There's something hiding under a bridge. I think it's a dark warrior needed. No, that's not right. It's okay. You guys may just want to read it, but there's a creature in the docks, and they need to kill it because it's hard to take down. High risk, high pay, Jix.
Idrisil just has his drink like paused at his mouth. Like, what? Where did you? Who have you been talking to, Xana?
Larson.
Where did you
It's a
find it?
red fish.
Huh?
It's a red. He knows. We talk to him. We get the high pay, high reward.
Cut him off.
Iggy, by the way, comes back and sits back down and just keeps holding his belly.
Do you think something happened to his head when he was in those portals? Is he?
He's not that much different than normal, so I think it's just one too many.
Larson!
A little more.
Larson, I need to talk to you.
We've also, I don't know if we've ever seen him drink.
So Larson, Taj, who
He's
are
just
these
a little
people?
guy.
Xana? What are you talking about?
I just need to talk to Larson. He knows where Gillian
Who's
is.
that?
I miss him. I miss his musk. I need to pee.
I miss his judgment. His constant judgment of someone judge me quick.
Idrisil stands up and guides him to the bathroom.
You pass Iggy again coming back from the bathroom.
Yeah.
You know, my dad always said this is why.
My tum-tum's a little upset.
You don't look good.
You
Jesus.
don't sound good. Are you all right?
No, I am not. My dad told me never drink ale. He said I was small and that I should know better. He doesn't know me.
What did he tell you to drink? Like cider?
Yeah,
Cider for a little guy?
he doesn't let me drink at work, but yes, I have tried a cider.
We'll do like maybe a lighter ale next time for you.
I like ale.
Yeah, it's
Like a
good.
hard lemonade or
This is
something easy.
Good.
I gotta pee.
Go pee. Watch out for the vomit.
Come on, little guy, come on. And I scoot him into the bathroom.
All right. Some time passes.
Yeah, about how long, Xander? How many minutes pass? No, I go back to the table.
Chix sees Iggy in his plight and passes him a little flask of something.
All right.
Iggy?
Is this more brute stallion?
No, it's the pink stuff.
Oh no. Okay.
Why don't you knock a little bit of this back? You've been hitting the bathroom a little much there, buddy.
Tum-tums, no good.
I love hearing Iggy say tum-tum for some reason.
Like that is the word for it, man.
So I trust Jix and I
You drink it?
pull a little bit off, yeah.
All right, you start to morph into a gigantic. No, what happens?
I give him an antidote,
Antidote. All right.
so he's got a +2 fortitude saves.
All right, go ahead and make a fortitude save right off the bat with a +2 from that.
A 21.
All right, you start to feel immediately much better. much.
Oh God, that's bad.
And he's protected against.
Thank you, Jix. I'm lose with 4 strength, -4 strength now.
There's always a catch with this drink.
No, let me tell you what really happens.
You might feel a little weak for a little bit.
Oh no.
We gotta talk to Larson. Come here. And as we leave the bathroom, I just start dragging Idrisil to uphole.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get to the big one, but
Yeah, he somehow grabbed me by the ear and just jumped up and grabbed me.
All right, he takes you to the big colored oak post where the 5 messages are posted and shows you the messages.
Oh, so this is where you go. Oh, the giant wall of foreshadowing. Okay. Okay. And he just starts reading all the notes. Wait a second. 35 good, 50 good. Iggy! And he waves over at Iggy.
What?
Come over here.
Yeah.
He wasn't being his typical Xander self the whole time. Look. Mackles. Healer guys.
Oh,
Sailor.
yeah. Uh-huh.
I know things.
I know you know things.
I know lots
Big
of
red
things.
fish right here.
And I just point randomly at, because I can't read anything.
Yep.
Idrisil goes over to Pegs and says, can we take these off of the wall?
Peg says, if you have to, yeah. Prefer you didn't, but if you have to, yeah.
Okay. Idrisil walks back over to the group and invites Sildren to come over to look at the notes and stuff.
The thing with the lilacs.
Yes.
Can I read that section?
Read that one again?
So as soon as he comes over, Idrisil is just like, Sildren, do any of these look like they might point us to the similar direction?
The sweet lilac juice thing, is that used to conceal like smell of death, anything like that?
I've never heard of anything like that before.
Okay.
If we have to find this Rayneth person, obviously the more people we come into contact with, the easier it'll be to find him or it. I also really like gold, so picking some of those would be nice.
Creepy noises and stinking the place up, but, potentially associations with death. That would be my wild guess if I were to.
Xander reaches up and grabs the side of your shirt as high as he can reach.
And Sildren just looks down.
Targus needs to come home.
And
Right on.
Magical gnome glitter dust comes vomiting out.
It just jumps out of the way.
I should have learned prestidigitation. I could clean this. But no, stabilize. I had to go with stabilize.
I'm going to go to Pegs again, and I'm just going to ask him where we could find.
Oh, ask him. Go ahead.
Idrisil, Peg, where could we find some of these people? Where could we find Targes? Where could we find the Mackles? Celery? What is the celery door?
He says, the celery door's grocer down the road, and he gives you some directions. I don't know no Targes.
He will again look at Sildren, and then to Iggy, and kind of have a look of, crossroads, like questioning. He doesn't know which way we should go here. Does anyone have a lead? Which way we should go?
Well,
I'm leaning towards the celery door. I think we could be best suited there. Either that or the Mackles.
The celery door is also the most profitable of the
That's kind of why I'm leaning that direction. No,
and I'm really interested in sweet lilac juice.
well, yeah, I'm just trying to find a connection between Rayneth, if there is one, or just kind of get us in that direction of your mission, Sildren. I'd like to help you with that. I'd also
mission.
Thank you. Our mission. But obviously these people need help. Xander is very keen on helping some of them.
Well, let's go knock on a celery door.
All right. And I take the last of my drink and look to the group.
It kind of looks at Xander and then Iggy and like tomorrow morning, maybe?
Well, isn't it like noon right now?
Yep.
Oh, God.
I really need some bread.
I noticed Jix hasn't given you any anti-poison cure.
No! No! I don't even need it. I'm fine.
Oh, God.
Jix is enjoying the show.
Yeah, Iggy, what say you?
let's do it.
All right, you guys get out of the table, scoot out, take your last swigs, head out the door, and just as you head out the door, diving right in front of you, hey, it's Justo, the silly Jester!
Justo!
Hey, well, why don't they play?
Oh, wait, hold on. I think that's your mom calling. I better go see what she wants.
And Jix walks out the door.
I'd not get paid enough for this. Justo out! And he walks out. His shift is done. He immediately becomes a droopy, floppy, sad little clown and breaks out of smoke and starts walking back home to his dingy apartment. You guys head out, and where are you headed?
We are headed to the celery door.
Celery door, all right.
Market, yeah.
You were given some directions that way, and you head off through town. It's around noon. The 5 of you go, and you have a strict marching order keeping Xander safely in the middle so that he does not fall behind or get into any further mischief.
You don't know me. I could be a Justo.
Xander.
I could be the next just.
Why do you want to be a jester? Why do you want to tell jokes? You're talented. You have magical powers. You can create fire with your hands.
I can do that.
Yeah. Why do you want to tell stupid jokes? Maybe don't do that in the middle of the crowded market.
Look! I am the great
He doesn't just shout fire in a crowded area. He summons fire in a crowded area.
Oh my god.
Xander, you have gained the sickened 1 condition until further notice. Countering that for your amazingly entertaining role-playing, you gain 1 hero point. So you got that going for you. -1 to everything and 1 die that's never going to help you. All right.
It's gone so well for me so far.
You guys are walking. You're heading the direction Pegs, the bartender, told you to go. You think you're getting roughly close to that direction when you see Jix is having some sort of weird personal issue with his neck, some weird little thing. Jix, you feel some bug flittering around your collar, around your neck. You start slapping, you start checking, and it won't go away.
What's wrong with you, Jix?
It's like something's biting. Something likes me.
You got fleas?
Maybe.
He gets really defensive real fast.
They've been in my family for generations, so what?
Iggy, you go over there and you flip around his collar, and you see underneath his collar is a Meyer pin that he has, and it is slightly vibrating.
What is this? What are you doing?
I'm not doing it.
Where are the rest of them?
They're in my bag.
Pick them out. Why is this? Are they all going crazy?
I don't know.
Look at it. It's moving on its own.
And I pull out the other 4.
But the other 4, they are all slightly vibrating as though your Applebee's table is ready.
45 minutes already? That's great, Brad!
Too bad we're not sponsored by
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
Has this ever happened before?
no, it just started. While we were walking this way.
Jix puts the other 4 back in the pouch, and then takes the 1 off his collar where it was bothering him, and puts it like on a different spot.
Okay.
You can keep an eye on it, but it's still attached, but where it won't bother him.
All right. It's still just lightly vibrating. It's a little distracting. It's not bad though.
Why don't let's just go this way a little bit more and see what happens.
Okay.
You walk for a bit, Jix, and after about a minute, the vibration kind of fades.
Okay, we went too far. We need to go back the other way again.
I gotta pee.
There's an alley right there. Watch for baddies with knives.
It's Guy.
Idrisil just gives Sildren a knowing look. Keep an eye on him.
Yep.
Or what are you trying to do, Jix? You're trying to find out why it's vibrating?
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's something around that makes you vibrate.
Maybe roll better and figure out what these fucking things are.
Oh! Xander runs back. Can I help? There was a thing that said I could be an investigator. I read it.
Put it away.
Yeah, it's out, Xander. and you get some like impressive nods from the group too. The old baby holding an apple.
I just had a thought. All right, hang on.
Tuck it back in.
That's what happens when you have a thought.
Because we'll get the apple cart. We're gonna need it.
Despite the trousers issue,
Xander's coming up to you, putting his hands on your face. I got it! I got it! It's all moist.
Did you watch those things?
I'm reaching for the Meyer pin.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Let him have one, Jix.
Jix pulls one out of his bag
One of them is rightly his.
and hands it to Xander.
Now come with me.
And Jix starts walking back the other direction to where it was vibrating before.
Past a small group of school children walking this way, being led by their teacher.
Okay.
Hi. They look weird.
Jix heads off back the direction you guys came, the opposite direction where you want to be going.
And how soon does it start to noticeably
I
vibrate?
didn't say it was. I had no way he said it was. What are you talking about? Yeah, it does. It starts to vibrate.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
So at this point, Jix makes a sharp left hand. What's on his left?
More buildings,
What's on his right?
more open plaza.
Jix heads the direction towards more buildings.
Okay. It starts to get a little stronger and a little stronger.
Should we follow him?
Yeah, they're gonna get up to hella no good if we don't.
Xander, you feel that?
yes. It's cold. I need to put this back in my pants. And so I do.
Make an acrobatics roll.
Don't roll low.
That is 19.
Wow, it's like you've done this before.
18
All right.
seconds.
You're sick in this effect.
So,
We're all sick of it.
no super incident.
You have 24 persistent zipper bleeding.
Sildren will catch up to Jex and tap him on the shoulder twice, and you feel a little bit more confident about something. Basically, the next. Hold on.
If you're gonna do a spell on me, know what it's doing first.
New guy.
So, oh, well, it's only until the start of your next turn.
Yeah,
so.
just wait till there's a big
Okay, never
immediate
mind.
moment.
Yeah, not,
So I don't feel more confident.
no, not
Feel
at
less
all.
confident. Jix, you were
I
heading.
touch you a little creepily, and then
He stops.
Don't mind me. Checking my spells.
this time you're just getting comfortable.
You're doing great.
So Jix, have the rest caught up yet?
Yes.
Yep.
Hey, everybody, guys.
And he just freely pulls a Meyer pin out and hands it to each one.
Look what these things do.
And then he just he's just, divining water with his Meyer pin.
All right.
Just following warm, cold, vibrating, no vibrating.
And where does the fifth Meyer pin go? Does it go to Sildren?
It does.
All right. So, wow, that's a acceptance
Already.
right there. Sildren puts it on his breast and immediately tries to hail the Enterprise.
One to beam up.
Which you beam up? Which one? The plot will know. Just beam me up. You, Jix, start weaving your way through these buildings, and it starts to get a little more narrow, a little more behind the stores type thing. There's some narrow homes, little apartment type concepts, narrower streets. And the Meyer pin continues to vibrate and vibrate more. It's a little golden leaf thing, and it's just playfully just vibrating and vibrating and vibrating.
What kind of, what part of town are we in right now?
You are in a northern section just on the other side of the river. You're approaching the northern wall of Tabonry. There's some more town just beyond the wall, but this would be the extent of the official part of the town that's just about to hit the wall itself.
Okay.
Can one of you guys figure out what these do before... we don't know where it's leading us. It could be leading us to some real danger. Be nice to know if that's what we're...
Well,
headed for.
we're not gonna find out there, Diggs. Just follow me.
I can detect magic on this.
Yeah, that's what I was... I don't know your sorcery, but that's what I was getting at.
Yeah, we're just supposed to blindly take Jix by the hand and follow him into the light. When has that ever done anyone any harm before?
I don't know if it's a good point for it. If it's a good time, can I make an Arcana check on it?
For what purpose?
To determine what they do, like Iggy was asking about?
No, you were in time and space.
Yeah, he wasn't part
That's
of
true.
that.
You would need to sit down for 10 minutes to do that.
Oh, is Xander going to sit down for 10 minutes while we're walking around with these things buzzing in his hands? No, let's do this. We're adventuring.
And he throws the pin over his shoulder and bravely charges on.
Like salt.
Jix, you are following essentially this pin like some weird dividing rod metal detector thing, and it starts vibrating strongly until it gets a little weaker. You step back and Xander smacks right into you, and you back up a little bit and see there is a collection of narrow, Tabonry always has very narrow buildings, a series of narrow, almost like row houses from Europe, 3-story houses, and you are being led by this Meyer pin towards one of these houses. And as you head towards the back door of this place, and it's a little dark, you've seen just one other person back here. There's a different, stronger movement that's pointing down a few stairs towards a basement door of this home.
Hey guys. Hey guys.
What?
Yeah,
Yes,
what?
what?
Jesus, why are you whispering? What?
I think we have to go down these stairs.
And break into somebody's house? Why do we do that? Why would we do that?
Because the pin says so.
What are these things called again?
Meyer pins.
Yeah, maybe they just belong to someone named Mr. Meyer.
Do you see an address on the door? You see a name on the door?
No, that means we shouldn't just go in.
Oh, I got it. Xander runs up to the front of the door and knocks.
The back door or the basement?
The first door that he sees.
That is the back door. You knock on the door, and there is a creak to the door, and you see there is a woman with an old leathered face behind it. She looks like a housewife type who's very busy right now. And she says, "Who are you? What do you want?"
I am Xander of Edlin Home. We are the defenders of Edlin Home. I have a little pin here that is telling me to go into your basement. We're going to save the day and save everything here. Hang on, I'm telling you what we're doing. Oh, this is...
Why does it smell like brute stallion?
Yeah!
You know Bruce Stallion?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
This is where it's made. She points to gnarled toenails that are all white and fungal covered.
Oh.
You gotta eat the yeast from somewhere. It's very peachy. She smashes the grapes, gets the yeast in there, starts the fermentation process.
She's looking at you like a madman. You've got 5 seconds before I call for the guards.
We work with the guards. We are adventurers. And we believe that you need our help in your basement.
Mrs. My name is Ignal.
Lady, we're knocking on your back door.
You know,
This is just a terrible episode that I do not approve
you
of.
know brute stallions, so you must have good taste. Can we? This is a very weird request. Can we
Yes,
just,
you can take the hat off my head and sleep with it tonight.
Can we look in your basement?
She slowly closes the door. You hear it lock.
No, it's not a euphemism.
You hear, no! I'm pretty sure that's a yes.
Is Idrisil strong enough to pick up both Xander and Jix by the back of their necks?
No.
Okay.
I'd be
Damn
glad to
it,
help.
because he wants to really bad right now. He just backs away from the door. What was that, guys?
How far down this alley have we gone?
This is like a square courtyard with a bunch of houses. Their backs all point in a square formation. In the middle is a well and maybe some benches and storage boxes type stuff.
I guess what I'm wondering is how quickly can Jix get to the front door of this house?
Just take you maybe 10, 20 seconds.
Okay. Jix runs around to the front.
Shooting, Jix tears off.
Oh no!
Jix gets to the front. He's looking for
Smash cut to the trial.
he's looking for a name on this house.
There are no names on this house or any house, nor numbers.
No names, no numbers. Anything identifiable like that where Jix could describe it to somebody or like could see it again and recognize it or...
Yeah, it's got a picture on it of some gnarled, horrific, toothless smile next to a bunch of grapes.
All right. Oh, that was the horse face. All right. Jix makes note of this house.
All right. 40 seconds later, Jix has returned.
While Jix ran around to the front, Xander immediately knew what he was doing and was convinced he was going to go knock on the door so that Xander could open up the basement like everyone wanted us to do in the first place. So as soon as Jix goes around the corner, Xander goes to open the basement door.
All right. You open the basement door, and the door...
Can you guys let them just do all of these things? Is that right? Is this what I'm getting?
Tell
Is
us
this-
story here.
Idrisil just takes the soldier and he's just like, yeah, you know, it's like no one's ever heard of a stealth roll in their life before.
Right. I mean,
The door opens, Xander.
in for a penny, in for a
Twice
pound, I
before going in
suppose.
there.
Defender of Inland Hall!
No, that's not. Don't scream where you're from. Before you get something bad.
I'm Xander. My social security number is 1785.
Let me give you my driver's license before I do this crime.
My passwords are all...
This lady who you have harassed told us explicitly to not go in there.
The door's open. It is pitch black inside. It is beyond normal darkness. There's some sort of magical darkness blocking your view through this doorway. However, your nose is not blocked, and you can smell jasmine coming through. Refreshing jasmine.
It smells so nice. You smell it?
Can we tell that it's darker than normal from where we are, like kind of up the stairs?
Yeah, all of you guys are kind of behind Xander looking down these stairs. He's got the door open, and a whole bunch of you have low light vision or dark vision, and you cannot pierce through this darkness.
I take out the ever-burning torch.
All right.
Light it.
It's over
and
there.
light it? Did you say you light
You just
the
light it.
ever-burning
He's
torch?
still new to this.
No!
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to mark right here. We'll be back for episode 11 here on...
No, yes.
What-
so
what
I
minute
take
are
out
we at?
the ever-burning torch, and I
You guys just gave him a stick and told him it's an ever-burning torch. He's trying so hard.
Come on! I could have sworn this thing was already lit.
The command word is Elf is an idiot.
What's the guy with the word to send?
Yeah, I take out the ever-burning torch
It is
and
out.
let it ever burn.
It is there and ready to go.
And what happens to the room? Does it light up?
Nope.
Are you in the room? Are you going to walk down to it?
Yeah, so we're like right behind you, essentially.
So are you going to push past Xander and go in?
Yeah, I'm attempting to see if the ever-burning torch...
So you're putting your
Lights up.
hand in, or are you going in, or
Yeah,
are you
I'm in the
forcing?
room.
Or are you forcing Xander in?
This is not a good idea.
So I open the door, dark room. You guys are just standing behind me. We're all doing the peek out through the corners of the side of the door. Ooh.
And then basically Idrisil does the Uruk-hai thing at Helm's Deep and pulls out the torch and just goes running.
Okay, you go charging in.
Oh my god. Well, we had
No, I just go in.
it was
to
nice
see
getting to know you for like
we
30
have a backup
minutes.
archer now.
Slowly take off my Alcrin bow.
Can I have that before you go?
And I
better
trip
than mine.
Sildren with it. No, I see if the light from where we are increases the light of the room.
By going inside.
Yeah.
Okay, Idrisil
Can I
steps
See that
inside.
happening and make at least an attempt to snatch him.
Sure,
Do I roll?
sure,
What am I? Just roll.
sure.
All right, have fun. It was a 5.
All right. You dip under a hand you can just hear coming your way. You step in, and you step into darkness. You see Idrisil fade away, and he disappears into this darkness.
So celery door, anyone?
Can you hear us still?
And you can.
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah?
Idrisil, inside, you find yourself inside a lavish room of red magical lights with some exotic rugs on a glossy brown tiled floor. It smells of jasmine and flowers. That's a fantastic aroma. There's an angular pond that runs down the middle of this room at some strange slanted angles that has these little floating lilies on it. And there's white magical lights on top of the lilies as they just lightly float around. And there's a big opening of another doorway on the other side that is not magical in any way. You can see there's another room that also looks nice and plush just beyond. You can also hear some tinkling music, like one of those music box piano kind of things, but very faint, very, very faint.
Oh, you guys are gonna love it in here. There's definitely some boinking that happens in here.
Whee! You just see him come out of the darkness with his hands doing the OK sign and his finger going in and out.
So, is my torch not providing the light? It lit up pretty much as soon as I walked in.
The room is completely lit up by itself. You've passed through this weird, thin barrier of darkness.
Okay.
Is Jix back? Jix is back.
Jix is back.
But, guys,
You gotta see this!
okay.
And he runs down.
And I don't see anything. What? There's nothing in this room.
Xander reaches out, takes Jix by the hand, so gently, and then walks into the darkness.
All right.
Jix follows.
The two of them are in. That leaves
Yell if you need help.
Iggy and Sildren. You guys
yourself.
are outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you doing in this bachelor pad?
Iggy looks at the elf and laughs nervously, like, my friends are dummies.
Should we follow them?
What are
You have so far seemed the most reasonable of the group.
what's happening with the mire
You
pins
can
right
go
now?
be my guest, but if I were you, I would just stay out of it and let them
I'll
figure out whatever the hell they're going to do.
I'll
Idrisil's
wait
gonna
here with
do
you.
3 things, if he may. He's gonna stick his head out after he's gonna kind of push past the 2 guys, stick his head out. You 2 keep guard, and then pop his head back in.
That's creepy.
As creepy as doing a boink sound. And then he's going to put the burning torch away.
Just some sort of small, just the tip of a penis. Just comes out of the darkness. And then a second one right next to it. And then a third that's bigger than a baby's arm holding an apple.
Just reach my hand out. Hey guys! Hey.
Puppetry of the
The weird
penis
thing
begins.
is 2 of them are green.
wrong type of game show.
Children just slowly creeps away.
Iggy says, Bachelor number 2.
Idrisil is going to. I would like to do a stealth roll to keep myself quiet around this room.
That ship has.
Once I'm in the room,
It's a not brightly lit room, but it is a well lit, subdued light. So if you want to be stealthy, you will have to try and hide in some corner type thing.
Like tiptoe from furniture to furniture.
Like, there's people above me. I want to be quiet. While
Okay.
I'm in there. Yeah, I'm just going to start looking around the room.
All right.
What are the Myrepins doing?
The Myrepins, when you step in, they immediately stop moving and become completely inert.
Okay.
Also, it's Idrisil, Jix, and Xander. Xander, you stop and catch your breath and feel things are incredibly wrong as you instantly have a sensation you haven't felt your entire life. You cannot feel your magic anymore.
I don't like it here.
Why, Xander?
I don't know. I can't.
I don't feel so good, Mr.
I'm
Stark.
missing. It's gone. I can't detect
What's gone?
magic.
Your mojo?
There's no magic. I can't detect. I can't see. I can't detect. And I hold up my hand to try to make a fireball.
He looks like an idiot. There's nothing coming out of his hand.
I point my finger to zap a lightning bolt.
You do not kill Idrisil immediately.
I push both hands together and shove out the wall.
Nothing happens. You hear the slap of slippers as someone approaches.
From where?
From the across the room, the other doorway to a second room.
Can I quickly and quietly get out?
Get out of here.
Jix runs out.
Okay.
Same with Idrisil.
Yeah.
And he picks up Xander and runs.
Okay.
Yep. Xander would have frozen or hidden, so that plays.
And children will close the door.
Okay. And you guys are all outside the room. So there are all of you are gathered at these stairs. The 3 people that went in just came out looking a little concerned. The doors closed behind them and you're all just kind of standing there looking at each other.
Xander immediately lifts his hand up to try to make fire happen.
Xander, for some reason, is flicking fire out of his hand over and over and over
What are you
again.
doing? Stop it.
I couldn't do it.
Let him do that. We just, there's something wrong with that basement.
No shit. Let's get out of here. Let's go back to what we were doing before.
The pins.
Pins are vibrating very strongly right now.
I take mine off and I hand it back to Jix.
Okay.
We don't need to worry about this right now, Jix.
I
No
mean,
good can come from us being in that basement.
you don't have to give me the pin back, but
It tickles.
I could probably get a couple silver for it. All right.
Jix takes it back.
All right,
Put it in
he's
his
got
pouch.
You just hang on to that.
What's your plan?
I go up the stairs to Iggy and Sildren. And I'm following their lead now.
Okay.
Go back to the market. Find the celery door.
Is that the plan?
Sure.
You guys head off.
I thought they said cellar door. Sorry. My fault.
my curiosity's kind of satisfied right now, to be honest.
Okay.
This is a rare moment.
Xander is somewhat more sobered after the giant scare of losing his entire identity for a moment there. But definitely he's trying to make notes of where they are so that he could return here. Because
Okay.
there's questions. This has never, ever happened. He's never been in the void of magic before.
All right. You guys head back out from this back courtyard area and towards the market street and the northern section, the off northern section of Tabonry, and come across a door that says celery door that has pictures of vegetables carved into it. The door is open There's some vegetable stands outside, and inside is a fruit and vegetable merchant.
This isn't the same dude, right? That Iggy bought the apples from.
No, different dude.
Okay.
He'll hate you just the same.
Sias or Cius.
You walk in. There is a grocer there. He's a little pudgy human. He's got an apron on, and he is washing some vegetables in a bucket. And he comes over and he says, "Good afternoon. How can I serve you?"
There is a postment on the Featherfall.
You mean Peg's place?
Oh, yes, Peg's place.
Jix, you can smell a sickly sweet lilac smell that permeates this neighborhood.
You were seeking aid.
Why does it stink like lilacs in here?
Yes, I did post that. You've come. That's good news.
Indeed.
We've been having some trouble
Good
with
news. Still to be determined.
We've been having some trouble with one of our neighbors, and the town guard won't do anything at all about it.
Tell us about this.
It started a week ago when we've been we always have unusual sounds and loud parties and events at our neighbor's place.
And who is your neighbor?
Well, right there. And he points
And
just
what's
across the
your
way.
neighbor's name?
Well, hold on. He points just across the way, and you see it is a giant theater. And there's a big sign out front called the Grand Legacy Theater. But he's just gone too far. Now there's strange theater noises at all hours, and they've done something with some terrible show with ladies that have just, you can go outside and smell. It seemed good at first. Now it's just everywhere. I don't have people coming into my stores much now.
Have you talked to the proprietor of the theater about this?
I've tried, and he's just keeps brushing us off.
Jix is just wandering around with his nose up in the air, just trying to pinpoint the source of this lilac odor.
All right, and for the second time, Jix is divining rod his way around a neighborhood.
What's your name?
My name is Brait, and who are you?
I'm Igno. And what's your neighbor's name?
The theater owner is Deline. Do you think you can help? It might involve flexing of those big muscles I see you have there. Big
We can
muscles.
certainly talk to him and see what's going on. Are you asking to...
What? Ooh.
Are you asking...
Hi.
Are you asking us to do...
What are you asking me?
Are you asking us to hurt your neighbor?
Oh, no. I'm not into too much pain.
Just the right amount?
You,
My safe word is
you little
butterscotch.
scamp, you.
Oh, Great. I like you.
What is wrong with you all? You all need to get laid.
Who is saying this? You or your
Well, I like you too, Igno.
Okay, well, we'll go.
Here. Take this carrot. It's on the house.
Oh,
And he gives you a carrot.
this is a nice carrot.
He puts it between your lips.
Yep. And I take a bite.
Oh, do you like my carrot?
Should
I
we
like your carrot.
come back later?
It's real nice.
So there's a lot of money. There's money that's
Give
involved.
these two some time.
Yggdrasil leans over to Sildren. If you thought the small ones were weird.
Yeah, you offered an unusually large amount.
It's a pool of cash from the neighborhood, and I sent out the posting. But I don't know how I would get proof, but I would need... You would have to drag Deline here himself with a promise I would need to
You
see,
just want no more noise.
and I need to
And
see
I know
cleaning
what the
done, that
stench
no
does.
smell is gone. Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll go talk to him.
So your neighbors have chipped in to this pot as well?
That's what I said.
So, okay. Well, if we have some sort of agreement between not just his neighbor across the way, but from the other neighbors, that gives us a little bit more leg to stand on.
Well,
Not you, Xana.
do you travel here often, Igno?
No, this is actually the first time I've ever been here.
Oh, where do you hail from?
We are defenders of Edlin home.
I've recently made Edlin home, my place that I hang my hat.
Oh, would you like this cucumber I'm holding?
A carrot and a cucumber.
Here,
Why, yes.
taste it. I'm so sorry, everyone listening.
It's crunch.
These people just never gonna listen to our show ever again. And we're gonna get some dedicated listeners.
Episode 11. There's gonna be a real teeter-totter.
Drop it down, look
goes
out.
outside to see,
Oh,
celery
God.
sex shop. Got it. Okay, it makes more
Right.
sense.
The cellar
Celery
door.
and sex.
Okay. And so on.
Where's Jix right now?
Jix, you are wandering around the.
Throw this pineapple.
Let me fit it in. Jix, you are at the theater. You can tell the smell is definitely coming from there, and it's definitely overpowering.
The smell is definitely coming from here, and it's definitely overpowered.
Outside the theater, you can see it's got painted on windows that are fake. It's got painted on curtains for those windows that are fake. There is a piece of paper that's got some art drawn on it of three crazed-looking women and zany faces. And there's a poster there that reads, Three Mad Wives of Tabonry, postponed until further notice.
Are there any real windows? This establishment?
Yes, there are some on the second floor
Okay.
that you see above. There's a wooden awning that extends down so people can gather outside without getting wet. And then above that is two long windows on the second.
Okay.
His way into the theater?
No, it's sealed off from every possible. Yeah, there's a big double
why it's
door.
Medically
postponed.
sealed.
There's a big double door right under
It's just painted there.
the Wile E. Coyote construction.
The Roadrunner can get in for some reason, but no one else.
Yeah, Idrisil goes at it like platform 9 3/4. He just runs head first into the door.
Yeah, let's go up to the door
Yep.
and knock.
All right, you knock and you knock and you knock, and after a while, the door unlocks and the door parts open, and it's the same old lady. No, just kidding. There is a pasty guy there who's got a thick wool robe pulled around him, and he leans out the door and he says, "We're closed. We're closed now. I'm sorry, the show's postponed till now. We'll sell tickets next week."
What's the smell?
He closes the door.
Not before Iggy's right there. He puts his foot in the door.
All right, you put the foot in the door, doesn't close. He tries and he tries, and then
Sir,
he finally sees your
can
foot.
we talk to you for a second?
What about?
Well, I have a couple questions.
Well, first of all, we've already got our crew and our performers for this show. You can audition next season in a couple weeks.
Well, I'm not here to audition for your show.
Well, that's too bad. Tabonry's known for its community theater.
Yeah, why is your show postponed?
Well, there's production issues.
And why?
Can you remove your foot,
Not
please?
not until you answer all of my questions.
Well, I don't think this is quite right at all.
Well, there seems to be not a lot.
Is there
Quite right.
how much space is open? How much of the doorway is open?
Easily a Jix worth of space.
Okay, then Jix, makes his way in.
All right. Jix, you make your way in like some dog that just got out of the door. You slip through, and the guy's like, wait, what? And you slip into the foyer of the theater. Make a perception roll, please.
Perception.
Could I have given him guidance right before that?
Yes. You get a
add
+1.
plus. Well, never mind.
+1?
Yeah.
Oh, then that makes it 7.
Okay. You immediately trip on some small little sofa just inside. Your eyes are trying to adjust with your low
Hell
light.
is this doing here?
And the guy turns around and puts his hands on your collar and is trying to toss you out, but he's not the strongest guy.
Don't mind him. Are you Delian?
And he's not touching the door anymore, by the way. He's turned around and grabbing on.
Not kick, but I
Open
the door all the way.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and walk in at that point.
I was going to say Xander tries to sneak in behind. But
Okay.
If we're all just walking in, that's fine.
Yeah,
The whole group spills in the door, and
Silver's just-
he's
yeah,
able
he's
to
like-
finally get a hold of the goblin as he turns around. Everyone else
Everybody's
has
here.
come in. You can
Sildren
hear.
closes the door behind him.
Oh God! It's very dark in here. You can hear music that's slightly being played on a basic piano type instrument. Further in, you're in a foyer area that has some they're supposed to look fancy red little cushion couches and supposed to look fancy little chairs, but they don't look particularly comfortable, particularly if you're a goblin that just tripped into one. And there's a little ticket kind of counter off to the side, and there's even a small counter that looks like a really small bar type section.
Jix runs behind the ticket counter,
Okay.
pops his head up through the window.
Okay.
Tickets, please.
Well,
Tickets, please.
get out of there.
Do you have a ticket, sir?
Sir, don't mind the goblin.
I have a mind to call the guard. Now be gone, all of you.
Sir, is your name Delian?
No, I am Deline,
Delian, excuse me.
performer extraordinaire.
I am Ignal. I'm a performer extraordinaire of a sort as well. We all are.
Yes, look! And Xander glows purple. No.
Okay. Xander, make a perception roll. Sildren, make a perception roll. Idrisil, make a perception roll.
Oh, nice. 23.
Ooh.
22 on second.
Also a 23.
26.
Jeez. Terminator infrared sensors are just targeting in.
And
Target.
detect magic too, or no?
Yeah. Xander, you successfully detect no magic of any kind within a 30-foot radius. Idrisil, you can see off in the distance there are some performers that are
That's creepy.
some performers that are on a stage. There's a big theater just beyond some doors. There are a bunch of seats and chairs, and there's a well lit up stage. You can see there's some performers practicing, and
About how far away are they?
26.
a theater's distance away. And a 26 from Sildren. Am I getting that name right?
You are.
Sildren.
For the first time ever.
All right.
You're getting my name correct.
You can smell
3 seasons.
the smell. You can smell the smell of rotting corpses just underneath the lilac overwhelming scent.
I would guess we have found the right place.
Yeah.
Yeah, does Sildren,
He just said that.
you said that? Do you make any, like,
I smell corpses!
weaponry movements or anything?
Not yet.
No.
He is the old man.
I agree. You have found the right place. You have just found the wrong time. Come back in a week and you will see a show to delight the senses.
We're not gonna come back. We're here now.
There's no show, you fool.
We're not here for a show.
Stop handing me half a cucumber.
Which half?
The dirty hat!
Your neighbors have complained about some raucous noise. you've
Well,
been
my
making,
neighbors don't understand the magic of the theater.
and this place smells terrible.
We are always experimenting with new things, must keep people entertained.
Like death?
Death, betrayal, love. We do it all here at the Grand Legacy Theater. Next week is when we will be doing all of that. If you would please return then.
Idrisil's going to take a step back and kind of just normally hunt prey on one of the performers in the distance and just keep a he's just going to keep an eye on them.
All right. Iggy, you have not made a perception roll. Can you make a perception roll?
21.
Jeez, all you guys are rolling pretty high. Oh, you also have pretty high perceptions too, right? Iggy, you'd also see one more small detail, and as he's gesticulating and trying to impress upon you the magic of his place, you can see in his armpit exposed bone and rotting flesh.
Oh. He's dead. Jim.
What is that, sir? What's, you alright?
He says,
Open your robe a little.
he pauses.
Idrisil just drops everything. Okay, guys. Okay.
The scene is over. Where's my agents?
I need a cloth.
That's it. I've had enough. You all must go.
We're not leaving until you answer that question.
I must insist. And he folds his arms together and stands firm. You must leave now. And if you do not leave immediately, I may forbid you from enjoying opening night next week. How would you like that?
That would be a real tragedy.
We do tragedies.
Sildren's sword comes out and goes up to Dalen's throat.
Oh, what is this?
Where is he?
Where's who?
Hold on 1 second. I will tell you.
Let me check my notes.
Raineth. Where is he?
I don't know who you speak of. And you are here to rob me?
And just starts
pushing the knife through.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, make a damage roll. Straight out damage roll.
7?
7 points of damage?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
No, this is the first time I've done anything like this. Oh, wait, no. Wait, nope. Hold on.
What's your weapon?
Don't worry about it.
Secrets.
Yeah, I'm having trouble actually reading because it says deadly 1d8 and then 1d6 normally.
Show him, Alistair, where his weapon damage is.
What are you trying to do?
It's all over the fucking place.
Are you using your sword?
Yeah.
Rapier?
Repair.
Yeah, usually 1d6.
All right. Well, in that case, 6.
6 points of damage.
Nice.
You pierce him through the throat. He gives this gasping. You see, the new guy's all about the murder. He fits right in.
Can Idrisil
You really trust this dwarf winking at you.
Can Idrisil pull him back?
Pull whom back?
Sildren.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull you back.
All right. You've withdrawn the weapon that you just given this guy a tracheotomy, and he immediately launches an attack on Sildren and comes clawing at you with nasty, sharp nails. And he attacks you immediately. Ooh, for 26 to hit.
That'll definitely hit.
All right.
Your armor class.
18.
Don't worry about it.
And
That's what I was expecting.
he lashes out like Bilbo when he won't get the ring in the later movies.
Yeah.
And he lashes out and gets you for, 5 points of damage, then grabs onto you and pulls you in close, and then immediately bites down upon you
Idrisil is gonna react
with
as soon
a
as he can.
19 to hit
That'll hit.
for... Oh, only 4 points of piercing damage as he bites into your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Idrisil, you were right there. What did you want to do?
I'm going to quick draw and attack him with my short sword.
All right, your short sword's out, and you attack all in one fell swoop. Go for it. You did how much damage to him?
6.
That would be a 18.
18. What kind of damage is this?
Short sword.
Short sword. What kind of damage?
Sorry, piercing.
Piercing. That's a hit. Roll your damage.
It's 1d6 plus 1, so that's 2.
2. You do 2 points of damage. He is still in there. You have 2 more actions.
I'm just going to attack him again.
Okay. This is close up personal fighting.
That's a total of 20.
Total of 20. You do not hit the half elf who's wrapped in around this guy's arms. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Total of 3.
3. You're climbing up. That got it.
One more swipe. Ooh, total of 18.
Is a hit. Wow. Stabby, stabby, stabby.
Total of 6.
There it is.
Still alive from multiple holes, none of which are bleeding.
Giant shiny axe.
Okay.
Is going to come down on.
You
top
said
of
none
his
are.
head.
He's not bleeding.
Not bleeding.
Okay, Idrisil sees that and takes a note.
Go
How
ahead.
many total points did I do?
You push Jix out of the way. He's just about to light the whole thing up with alchemist fire, burning everyone alive. And instead, you swing your axe out.
Sorry.
With a total of 13.
13 is a hit on the new half elf archer.
Yeah.
You slash into the Sildren and catch him instead of your intended target. Oh no! Roll it.
6
points. This new axe digs right into your backside of your shoulder blade, and and then the head of it, where it connects with the blades, turns into Sildren's face on it.
I thought that was only if they did
Those if
damage.
they-
Oh, that's if they do damage. Yeah, you're totally right. You're totally right. I got it backwards. Never mind.
Betrayed.
Because that would be creepy.
Hey, two Iggy.
You have 2 more actions.
Jerks.
Then I'm gonna take I'm gonna take one hand and try to pull Sildren back.
Make an athletics roll. Just need a 15 or higher.
27.
Okay, you easily do that and have 1 more action left.
Can I get to the door while being thrown back?
Sure.
Okay.
He throws you into the door.
Yeah.
Through the door.
Oh, the door.
Nikki, what do you got for your last
And then
action?
I'm gonna try to intimidate him
Ooh, interesting.
with a 16.
16, he does not in any way react to your intimidation.
No, I didn't think so.
And we can have the last 2 who haven't gone, Iggy and or Xander.
Jix.
Jix, sorry, Iggy.
Nice.
I keep saying Iggy. Jix and or Xander.
Xander's gonna just follow Q. Everyone's just suddenly attacking this guy, and he's fighting back, obviously. So he's grappling.
Nope, you just got pulled
He
out.
just got pulled off. Okay, great, cool. So in that case,
Galene is standing there.
I will blast him with an elemental toss of fire.
Okay,
Sure. 23.
is a hit.
Awesome. Ooh, nice. Not super nice. It's okay. It's 5.
5, and you describe what that looks like.
So the elemental toss, that's the using the element that's around. So
Well,
you get it?
what, no, tell me.
So what's happening is Xander grabs a chunk of fire, and being as close as he is, just kind of grabs onto his robes
Oh.
and just ignites the robes right up in front and just kind of pulls fire from bottom to top.
All right. And he goes, ah, and burns to death in the foyer of his own theater.
To undeath.
This show was hot.
Right back with the Inglorious Band.
Been saving that line
Yes.
for 2 hours. Come on.
He dies.
Kill him with fire.
Get to the theater. Get to the theater.
And there were other actors like not too far away, right?
Yeah.
One of them is hunted.
You're just stepping all over this poor guy's death scene, though. He like really wants to milk it. You only get one. You only get one chance to really do it. Yes, there are other people.
Did they respond to this commotion?
Yeah, you get your axe out. You head out of the foyer deeper in towards the theater. There's rows and rows of chairs and seats and stuff. And then there's the well at theater with about 3 people that are on there. And you're ready for action. And they continue to practice, though.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
What,
Jix walks right up to the edge of the stage and looks up.
All right, Jix, you walk in and you walk towards the edge of the stage. As you get closer and closer, you see it is three middle-aged women in some wacky torn dresses, and they've got like a broom in one hand and a frying pan in the other, and they're weird caricatures of their play. And they are moving from position to position, but they are not talking in any way and are more shambling and hitting their marks than they are performing. Silently just moving.
Do they
Silently
look-
just moving.
Dead or undead of some sort.
Make an occult roll.
Then I have a question after. Oh, it was almost 20. Well, it's with 20.
12. You don't know.
My natural medicine feat, how long does that take?
To heal someone?
Yeah.
You need a healer's kit to do that. So that's your first step.
Xander will follow up behind Jix and do more detect magic on the stage,
Okay.
since he was more than a little surprised.
You detect magic. Yes.
Ah! Guy up front didn't have any magic, but there is magic here!
I have more things to do.
I can. I'll go up to Sildren, the new guy, and do battle medicine.
Okay. Make a roll. Iggy walks up and starts wrapping some quick bandages around you.
Keep that
It
cucumber
is a
where I can see it.
success. It's a success and 2d8. 16.
Max
Nice.
heal.
And I needed 15 hit points.
Wow.
So that's fantastic. I feel much better. Thank you.
Yeah.
How's it like getting
remember
here for a
that.
while?
Yeah, I will. Sildren's going to prop the door open and come inside.
Okay.
And then
You got fresh light coming inside, which is nice and clean air.
once he
Still
gets
smells sickly sweet.
close enough to these three women, 60 feet actually.
So you're stepping into the theater proper.
60 feet.
You're 60 feet away from the stage.
And we'll cast Disrupt Undead.
You're going to cast a spell.
Yes.
All right. Disrupt Undead. What does that look like?
It's just almost like an understated little blur in the air. So it's just like a little concussive blur, like kind of like the super slow-mo of a bullet, if you were to see that.
Or like heat waves.
Yeah, exactly. And it just kind of glances
Okay.
out towards one of the three women.
Which one?
The closest one.
Okay, so it's a fortitude save. The fortitude save is a 24.
So that will succeed.
Then it's half damage.
Right.
Go ahead and roll your damage and half round down.
So it will take 4 points of damage if it is undead.
All right. The woman with the frying pan is blasted by this magic and recoils and steps back and also hisses. Ah! And then starts slowly stepping towards the stage, towards Jix, who's closest.
Easy there, Martha.
What would you guys
Say her name.
What would you guys like to do?
Um,
You now have all three of the women now turning and looking at the lot of you with front row seats watching this
I'm
performance.
gonna put my short sword away, take and quick draw my longbow.
Okay.
Jix. Can Jix do a...
Whatever you want, guys, go for it. Yeah.
Jix throws, how close are they to each other?
There are two that are close together. There's one, Martha, who's not close to the others.
Jix throws a Tanglefoot at Martha.
Okay.
22.
22 to hit is an absolute hit.
Okay, so she's tied up with that for the moment.
Oh, and actually, I'm sorry, I was wrong. She took 10 points of total damage.
Ooh.
Because it's
a
plus
lot.
your spell casting modifier.
Modifier,
which,
yep.
Yep, which I had not added in.
All right, so her speed is slowed. The Tanglefoot bag erupts around her feet and starts to entangle with some weird brownish little webbing. She can still move, but she's slowed, and she wasn't particularly quick to begin with. Xander, you got anything?
Yeah! Xander's gonna stand up. How far are they from? I know that there's two together and Martha's up close.
Yep, Martha is 20 feet away. The others are 40 feet away.
Fantastic. So Xander is going to use Burning Hands on Martha, who is now tied down with a Tanglefoot.
Okay.
blasting.
She makes a reflex saving throw. Is that right?
I think I should look at my spells before I decide
Is this
to
a
cast
first level
them.
spell?
It is. It's a reflex saving.
All right. She got a 15.
She is tangled. Does that affect her? The tangle flip?
Just her speed.
Excellent.
Just her speed.
15 does not hit the 19 that she needed to get to.
Okay. She burns for full damage. What's the damage?
That is 11.
11 points.
Yeah.
You send her hissing to the ground in a burning napalm covered mess. And you do not improve the smell of the theater in any way.
I do see why you keep him around.
And she sizzles to a hissing death. Nice.
As that happens, Ignol runs up to one of the other ones and he screams, "Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burning cauldron bubble."
Okay.
And he swings his axe down. The three ladies at the stage reminded me of Macbeth. So.
All right. Iggy's on the stage. He's the only one. He charges them.
And immediately reciting lines.
Yep. The
Theater background coming out.
28 is a critical hit.
Can't touch the stage.
Holy smokes.
23 points of damage.
You lop off the head of the first one, immediately slaying it.
Oh, and I can sweep. I have my axe has that sweeping ability.
What the heck is the
Yeah.
sweep ability?
So it means I get an extra +1, I believe, on the next victim if it's close.
Well, let's
And
take
it's
a look.
different victim.
Weapon traits. Sweep delay. When you attack this weapon, you get a +1 to your attack roll if you already attempted to attack a different target. Yep. Second attack. It's a little harder to do. but you get a
Is it
+1.
different if you got a critical success on the first
No.
one? Okay.
An 18,
18 is a hit.
8 points of damage.
Is a nice chunky blow on the thigh, and you kind of do like this cutting down a tree cut, and then there's another cut, and like a wedge of meat of the thigh comes
Nice.
flopping out. I believe you're done.
Yeah, moved and
Yep.
dum.
And she's kind of just wobbling, structurally unsound towards you, and she's going to attack you, Ignol, with some claws. She attacks with a 23 to hit
Oh yeah.
for 7 points of slashing damage, and she attacks again with a natural 1 and instead stops and starts picking at this wound of her section that's missing and does 2 points of damage to herself. And this zombie lady is slow and she doesn't get a third action. Idrisil, you've been patient over there.
As she reaches down to, I guess, tend to her wounds or whatever she's doing, Idrisil is just going to attack her with his bow.
All right. Iggy, you duck as arrows come flying.
Also, her face appears on my.
That's a natural 20.
Whoa! What type of damage? Piercing.
Yeah, piercing.
All right. That's called a critical.
That's a critical, so it'll be 2d8 plus a d10.
Whoosh. The big roll.
Yeah. It's also a deadly weapon.
That's what the
That's the
D10 is.
D10.
Oh, D10, yeah.
Just making sure. Ooh, that is 13 points of damage.
And the arrow flies true, pierces her through the forehead, and drops her instantly. Nicely done. And all of the performance is ended. The matinee show is concluded.
Just getting started.
Curtain comes down.
Yeah, all is quiet
House
again.
lights go up.
The creatures here obviously were all unnatural and undead.
Oh, we shouldn't see if there's any more.
Idrisil goes to Sildren really quickly and puts a hand on his shoulder and says, thank you for acting so quickly. I don't know if anyone else noticed his true intentions, but without you, we might not have had the advantage.
Oh, I didn't know he was undead. I was just sick of his shit.
I'm just murderous.
What exactly is your job? Murder hobo.
That's my class.
My class.
Hobo murderer.
It's very popular in Casimir. Very hard.
So yeah, you said Ignal's gonna start checking the rest of the theater. Rest of the theater.
I need experience.
Is there an upstairs or is there?
Yeah, you can see there is a stairwell down and a stairwell up. Oh, and also the stage is lit up, just FYI, by those little half metal reflective things that reflect the light like Wild West shows, but instead of open flame, it's just cool little magic lights
And
for safety.
I have gloves on at this point.
Okay.
Well,
He
just to be clear.
snaps some black gloves on.
Mm-hmm.
I detected magic. Pointing at the lights.
Good job. Up or down?
I believe down would be our best chance of running into our
Your
foe.
friend? Okay, let's go.
Our friend now.
This is true. Yeah, Ignal will lead the way going down.
You guys head downstairs. You head into a basement of the theater. The smell of death is even slightly stronger down here. There is a door that is slightly ajar, and as you approach, you can hear a sound coming from the other side. It is a whispery, Nazgul-ish sound of, over and over, repeating the strange chant mantra. And it feels a little odd down here. Sildren, you had something.
Yeah, they're just kind of. If anybody were to turn around at this point and see Sildren, which I don't know if anybody has.
Idrisil turns around.
A rather large raven has taken to roosting on his shoulder now.
It comes flying through the open front door, through the foyer, through the theater, down the stairs, and gently flaps and lands on his shoulders.
And then just kind of hops a couple times, looks at each of you in turn, stares at Xander for a moment, makes a couple clicking sounds, which he then responds and shakes his head. And
That's what we see.
Yep.
yeah,
What's your friend's name?
Yathane.
What?
Yathane.
Let's have this conversation later. In the corner.
Iggy lead the way.
Okay.
And right before he goes through the door, I will give him guidance.
Guidance for it's only the next 6 seconds. You understand? Okay.
I understand.
He casts guidance on you, and you feel a little more clarity in your steps, a little more courage behind what you have. That will fade in 5.5 seconds from now.
Hurry up! I'll open the door.
You open the door and you see you're in a theater basement loaded with all sorts of dark, creepy things like stuffed clowns hanging from nooses and a bunch of doll children in the corner and some wooden horses and some knight armor. And it's a huge basement. And you can see on the far side, there is an oil lamp that's burning. And you can see 2 forms over there. A fellow in just normal everyday clothes who stops immediately doing some strange dark speech talking. And he stands behind another zombie, this one larger, more muscular than the others you have run into so far. And Iggy, you stepped in first. I need you to make a willpower saving throw, please.
You get the +1 to that?
Yes.
25?
25. You pass. You feel a slight unease as you enter, but you feel that it's not going to affect you much at all. The rest of you, as you step in behind him, must also make the same willpower saving throw. You need a 20 or higher only.
Go ahead, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna hero point that one.
I got a 24.
Roll it in the thing.
Yeah, it didn't count. It wasn't in the tray.
27.
We're good. Xander?
That is a willpower 19.
Okay.
maybe a willpower on that with or a hero point on that one.
For Jix, that is a 13.
Okay, just really not good at willpower dice.
Really trying again? That's 10.
Okay, the two little ones. You feel a little off as you step inside, and you guys are now have to deal with the doomed condition at level 1.
Doomed.
It feels like there is a powerful force that grips your soul, calling you closer to death. Your maximum dying value is now reduced by 1, so you will die a little sooner.
And you will die.
Jix.
Sooner.
Oh my god. There is a follow-up to that. It says if your maximum dying value is reduced to 0, you instantly die.
Yeesh.
So don't make sure that doomed condition gets no worse, my friend.
You're gonna do something, Jix?
Yeah.
Run away!
Jix actually, believe it or not, had prepared 4 potions. That he, like, as soon as he feels this sense of like doom and uncertainty, he tosses 1 flask to each of the other 4 with him.
We can say, Jix, you get like a free little surprise round. You have 3 actions. You can give out 3.
Okay.
Don't give one to Iggy. He's already charged into the room.
All right, I give
All right.
1 to
You're tossing a potion to the other 3.
Xander, to Idrisil, and to
Sildren.
Dildren.
Okay. You do so. And this is about a
Jesus.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, about a 60-foot long.
Son of a bitch.
What the heck? A 60-foot long basement. He's on the other side. It is filled with strange little debris and not debris, but accoutrement and props, and it's challenging to move through and challenging to see. So just be aware of that. And you can see the fellow more clearly now because he is also standing in the lamplight. And most of you, again, I think all of you have low light or better vision, which is cool. He is, again, wearing normal everyday Tabonry type clothes, but he has no physical form. He is made of shadow, face, hands of shadow, and you can ever so slightly see maybe a whitish face that might appear through the shadow, but then it fades back into shadow. And he seems agitated and says, "You dare bother me in my work here in Tabonry. You will all die. You will all die."
Igno wants to sudden charge. Can I sudden charge 50 feet and get to him?
You can try when it's your turn. It's initiative, and Xander is first.
Yay! Drink up, Xander.
He will. First action, Xander will drink the potion that Jix tossed to him.
All right, and what does this sucker do?
This is Bravo's brew, and what it does.
It makes me recite
It's just by
Shakespeare. It's a bad
serendipity
choice.
that I had chosen to make this.
Well, it is nobler
This
than the
potion. All right. This flask of foaming beer grants courage for the next hour. After drinking this elixir, you gain an item bonus to will saves, which is greater when attempting will saves against fear.
Cool.
Is it +1
Plus
will
one.
saves?
+1 to will saves, +2 to saves against fear.
Xander, you drink that back. You have 2 actions left, and you've got a whole lot of flammable wooden props between you and this guy, about 60 feet worth.
Yeah. Gosh, he's a shadow. Right? He's a big shadow dude. And
Yep.
There's a big zombie guy next to him.
Yep.
Is he okay? So when we were first walked in, he said he was behind the guy he was animating.
Yep.
Is he still behind him, or is he in front?
He's got some decent cover right now. He's got a +2 to his armor class.
Great. So I'm gonna go after the giant zombie that he was.
All right, this brutish zombie, you
with
got
an
it.
acid arrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big, juicy arrow of acid comes wobbling out of your hands and flying across the area.
Just shooting out there. 21 to hit.
21 is a hit.
Excellent. I hit him for, let's see, I gotta make sure I'm reading this right. On a hit, you deal 3d8 acid damage, plus 1d6 of persistent acid damage.
Ooh.
Unless it's critical, then it's worse. I'm gonna borrow more of your 8s,
This
please,
zombie
if you
about
don't
to be
mind.
petrified.
Yeah, that is 20 points of damage.
That is a huge hit. You splash, this arrow pierces through. There's acid, there's burning, there's sizzling, there's weird meat that's just dripping out. The creature does not seem to be phased, although it is wounded with a big gaping sizzling hole. What was the persistent damage?
It is 1d6 persistent acid.
Got it. All right, that's a hit.
I was expecting a splash, but I don't see anything in here that says splash.
Okay.
Yeah, not for the arrow.
That's it. Good blow. Next up is our friend Raneth himself. This shadow guy, for his first action, does some cool stripper move and rips off all of his clothes, becoming shadow. And then he immediately darts off into the left, into the darkness, and he disappears into the shadows.
You have something that will help with that.
Think I might.
And he's done. You can't see him anymore, but you can see his zombie brute is stomping forward, making the ground kind of creak as he does. And next up is Jix.
How far away is Jix from Iggy?
Very close.
Jix runs to Iggy,
Okay.
hands him a potion.
Yeah, you don't even have to run. You can just hand it to him.
Oh, okay. Jix hands Iggy a potion. That's one action.
Yep.
Then, quick draws a firebomb, or alchemist fire, and throws it at this zombie.
Zombie, it is 60 feet away. What's your range?
30. So I need to move.
Or you can attack from there with a -2.
I'll move.
Okay. You move closer.
Yeah.
Done.
So yeah, I run by Iggy. Here, take this, Iggs, and I keep running, and I get within range.
You don't have enough actions for that, I don't think. You had to quick draw? Oh, quick draw is free.
Quick draw.
Okay, you're good.
And 18.
What's your move speed? 20 or 25?
25.
25.
So -2 would be 6.
16 at that zombie guy hits. Nice. You light him up with fire. What do you got?
What's your damage? What's your damage?
How do I do that one? Oh wait. Well, it doesn't matter anyway.
It's a non-damaging alchemist fire. It's just pretty.
I
He
need
threw the
to-
ever-burning torch at it, actually.
Fine.
But did he light it first? Is really the question.
I'm 9 points of damage plus 3 persistent fire.
Say again? How much?
9 damage plus 3 persistent fire.
Okay.
So he is melting with acid and caught on fire.
Damn.
9, got it. You fire erupts and you catch some fake small little wooden castle prop also on fire around it, which is most disconcerting. Sildren, you are up next. What have you got, new guy?
So the new guy, Sildren, Yathane bounces on his shoulder.
The Raven.
The Raven, and then she will turn her head and stare at him and actually like drop her head down as he kisses her lightly on her forehead.
Okay.
Her eyes then kind of glow kind of red for a second as he's cast Magic Fang upon her.
On the Raven.
And she then jets out 60 feet.
Whoa, super fast.
And basically attacks the shit out of the zombie.
Okay.
She, all talons, beaks, feathers, wings, just absolutely tearing into this guy.
Make an attack roll.
Xander is flashing back to the agony cave of the wings and teeth.
23 to hit.
Is a hit.
And Magic Fang gives her an extra d6.
And a +1 to the hit as well.
Oh, yeah. Plus 1 to hit as well?
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
24 then?
Yeah.
Okay, still hit.
13.
13.
Yeah.
Can you describe what visually happens here?
Yeah, she basically just does like 3 flybys, and just each time claws, claws and talons just like kind of rip pieces of flesh off of it, and she flies by, kind of does this aerial flip, swings back through. Let's just say twice because it's two damage dice.
And I can imagine she flies, grabs talons, rips off chunks, drops those far away, swoops in, grabs another chunk, drops those far away.
Absolutely. So, she's just kind of jetting about at this point, just like ripping the zombie up as much as possible.
All right.
And that's all 3 of my actions.
Awesome.
That is fantastic. It is the zombie's turn. It takes one huge, meaty fist punch at this annoying bird with a 15 to hit.
And that will miss.
And it swings and gets nothing but air, and then it...
Nothing, just kind of just...
and then it moves to within 10 feet of Jix, stomping forward, knocking props out of the way, but it does not get a third action. And Jix, you are overwhelmed by this terrible smell that the zombie brings. And then there is a huge crash as from above the floor is stomped out and a second zombie brute lands next to Idrisil, Sildren, Xander, and Ignol. This giant zombie brute lands right there, and he delivers a big, meaty punch at your Elven Ranger Idrisil with a 23 to hit.
It hits.
Kadoosh, you are hit for 10 points of bludgeoning damage. 10 points, and are knocked 5 feet away and hit in a bunch of clowns. You're now joining a bunch of clowns, a pile of clowns. And the zombie brute, if it could laugh, it would. And next up is Idrisil. So Idrisil, you got this dude right there who's right on top of you, about just 5 feet away. He smells horrible, so horrible with this rotten stench that you need to make a... no, you're absolutely totally fine. Are you wounded, Idrisil?
Nope.
No, you're totally fine. Never mind. You're totally fine.
Okay.
Don't forget you have your Bravo screw too.
Well, he's not in the wounded condition, but he did take damage.
Oh, then that's what I needed to know. This creature the zombie has a terrible rotting aura, and it affects you since you're so close, and you take 1d6 points of festering damage. 1 point of festering damage as your wounds start to get a little grayer, a little nastier. And what would you like to do, Idrisil?
Idrisil was going to attack the big one that was attacking everybody, but seeing this thing drop down right in front of him, and he takes a couple steps back. He's, oh, God, this thing smells worse than Jix! And he quick draws his short sword.
Debatable.
And will attack this thing. With a 23.
23 is a hit.
2 hits.
This is zombie number 2 I got.
This is zombie number 2.
Got it.
That'll be a total of 6.
6 points of damage. Okay, you have 2 actions left.
Gonna take another slicey dicey with a natural 20.
That's what's called a critical juicy hit.
Nice. What we do. This is 2d6 plus 2, by the way. Ooh, that'll be a total of 7.
7, all right.
And then a final swing of the sword. Ooh, the total of 19.
19 is a hit.
Man.
Just slicing and slicing.
3.
All right.
Plus 1. 4. Yeah.
4. Just cut. Just Cuisinarting this zombie over and over again. Doesn't seem to, again, phase this zombie much, but you've definitely gotten some chunks out of it. And retcon just a little bit. Zombie 1 does sizzle and burn away. I did get his persistent damage in, and I'm rolling to see if he can get rid of it. With the 2, he does not. Continues to burn and sizzle away. Iggy, you're last to go. You've got this zombie guy right in front of you. Are you wounded in any way?
I am.
You take damage as this rotting aura does 1 point of damage to you. I'm rolling terrible.
And is he's not by chance like in the middle of Idrisil and Iggy, is he?
He absolutely is.
Oh, so I got a flanking bonus.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna quaff the potion Jix gave me.
Okay.
Blindly.
What does that potion do?
It gives him
Willpower
plus
one.
+1 to willpower saves and +2 to fear saves.
All right.
I'm going to go start raging.
Okay, and you right now have one hand on your weapon. So you would have to change grip with an action to get that weapon. Yep, that's what the potion.
I will not rage.
All right,
And I will
saving the rage.
swing away.
Last action is to swing.
With the I got natural one, so I want to use a hero point.
Good choice. Good choice. Healthy.
And the roll is still shitty. A 15.
Is a hit.
Yeah.
These zombies don't duck often. Let's just put it
They
that
duck
way.
into the swing.
With 14 points of damage.
14 on zombie 2 is a nice juicy hit. I think you did almost the exact same.
Yeah.
And technically, that zombie did damage to him. Because with the festering.
That's true. So the zombie's
16
face.
16 points of damage.
Zombie's face is on your weapon, and you do 2 extra points of damage for that.
Yeah.
With your what's the axe name?
It's not yet named. It's a retribution
Okay.
axe. It will have
Lucy
a name. We'll have a name shortly.
Juicy.
Xander.
Lou.
Xander, are you wounded at all?
No.
You do not care about this festering stench. And what would you like to do?
I'm gonna burn it. Am I? Yes. I'm gonna burn it. Oh, hang on. He's flanked. That's a terrible idea.
He's
But there's the other
triple.
one.
No, he's quad flanked. You, Sildren, Idrisil,
Yeah,
and
he
Iggy are
dropped,
right
like,
there.
in the middle of all of them.
Yep.
If I try to burn
He just comes smashing down. He's like, oh yeah.
to burning hands everybody.
There's still the first zombie is still hanging out.
He's
still
10
there.
feet next to Jix, and then somewhere out there in the darkness is a shark of shadow that's just swimming around out there that
Yeah.
you can't see.
Not going to go well
Is there
once he
any
gets
way
his turn.
to detect where that guy is?
You can spend a turn to try to seek him. Yes,
The whole turn, or just?
an action. I'm sorry. An
I
action.
will do that.
All right, make a perception roll.
Okay. Ooh, that is a natural one. So I'm gonna spend a hero point on that one.
He's gone.
We won!
Good job.
That's a lot better. 22.
You have no idea.
Wow. Nuts. So I will use my other 2 actions to.
You can try and seek some more.
Could try to seek some more. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
Okay.
keep looking. Zombies right here. It's fine.
Like easily within touching distance.
He's burning up.
He's probably not doing anything. I'll leave it. So I'm gonna search again.
Okay.
He sees Idrisil and Iggy hacking away at this thing. Just, no.
It's 19. It's a little less.
You see nothing but mannequins out there.
All right.
You have one action left. You can seek again.
You know what?
That's a trap.
Xander's gonna lift up his elemental shield.
Okay.
The shield between him and the zombie.
What's the element?
It's pulling up out of the stone.
Stone comes out. All right.
Out of the ground, yeah.
Got it. You do so. And as you do so, Xander, you finally see him in a flash of shadow, and you're like, there he is, right as the shadow being descends upon poor Jix, who's way out in front of the whole rest of the group. The shadow guy is descending upon you, Jix, attacking with advantage because you were not aware of where he was at. Oh, he got a 30 to hit.
Oh my
That's
god.
a critical.
Oh no. Okay, I got maximum damage and almost minimum damage. Very weird roll for damage. He did 21 points of negative damage.
Wow.
What does negative damage do? Does that mean he just got healed 21 points?
Nope.
High five, you guys. This guy's our friend.
21 points of damage. How much damage did I leave you with, Jake?
11 hit
12.
points.
Whoosh. And
You had 33? Oh, I was taking that off Xander.
and he spends an action and holds out his hand and just goes and starts to pull away a thin bit of goblin shadow of your own, and you see your shadow getting a little weaker in the thin light and you are now enfeebled 1, which means your strength rolls and athletics rolls and all that goodness are reduced by 1. And then he and then he attacks you one more time for a... No, he moved. He's good. He's done. He's done.
Cripes.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Did he move into the shadows again?
You can't see him. You can't see him. He is not hiding currently. And that is done. And next up is Jix himself. Jix, you've got 10 feet in front of you this zombie you're ready that's on fire and acid, and you're ready to do some more damage to, and then boom, you just got attacked from behind and feel like a little piece of your soul kind of get torn from you from behind.
I don't know where the shadow just went, so
No, he's right behind you. You can see him.
The shadow?
Yeah, he didn't move out.
The guy, is there. He moved in, attacked, and drained, so he's right there.
Draining you currently.
Oh. I run
Okay.
the opposite direction.
So
Drink your potion.
big guy in front of you, and between you and your friends is the shadow guy. So where do you want to go? To the left, right? You run past the zombie guy?
Okay, this is what I quick draw and one more alchemist fire at the big burning zombie.
Okay. It's a quick draw and a toss.
So that's 19.
19's a hit.
It's a 1.
Yep, that's 1.
Still 1.
So 3.
3 points of damage.
Continues to be a 1.
All right. That has splash though, right?
Splash 2.
Slash 2, so that's 2 more points of damage.
Oh.
And it only goes up to 5 feet, so you're safe. You're 10 feet away.
Okay.
Oh, also, do you have any wounds?
I do now.
You take rotting aroma damage of 3 points.
Even with my iron gut.
Iron gut. Yeah, I like that. Let's make a fortitude save, and
Okay.
let's see. That's kind of a cool idea.
22.
Yeah, you gulp it. You keep it down. Keep it down. So that was your first action.
That was my first action. And now I'm gonna say excuse me and run.
All right, you bolt
Past him.
into the darkness. Do you want to do a move? You have 2 actions. Do you want to move hide?
I'll move hide.
Okay, make a stealth roll.
That's 19.
19. I am looking at him. You see his head is following you perfectly.
Oh God.
Yeah. Jix is done. Sildren,
So how far away is Jix from Sildren at the moment?
20 from you.
Yeah.
25 feet.
Okay, perfect. So I will I will hold out my hand towards Jix, mutter a healing druidic chant learned from my childhood, and cast a level 2 heal on him, the one and only that I have saved, which will heal him for 16 plus 13, 29 points of damage.
Wow. Jeez, man.
I'm at full health. Whoa.
Swing.
And then
Good to have a new guy.
Killian who?
We should have Killian'd him.
I have far fewer of those, so we need to finish this a lot quicker. However, I am not done yet,
Yeah.
because Yathane,
Your raven.
my raven, who has now keyed in on Raneth, is now flying towards him.
All right, that's one action to fly a few feet to him, and it has a second action to
Which
attack.
is to attack, yes.
Go for it. The raven bites.
Oh, and her attack is a miss. Can I use a hero point for her?
You can. Let's do that. Yeah, that is probably way outside the official rules, but that's pretty fun.
I mean, it is. I mean, kind of part of.
it's pretty fun. Let's
Yeah.
just do
All
it.
right.
You're right.
So
You're right.
yeah. So I'm gonna use a hero point because I had rolled a 2.
Okay.
Instead, it's not much better. Instead, it's going to be a 14 to hit.
14 against Raneth is a miss.
Sure.
Your raven just flies through
Or
him several
15,
times.
15 actually.
That still
Okay.
applies. All right, good heal though. The zombie brute, number one, looks around for you, Jix, and that's its first action as it's trying to find you. It may not know where you're at, and it cannot find you, and it's covered in flame and acid, stomps towards the rest of the group, so you are safe from that guy, Jix, and then it enjoys some damage, 3 total points of damage, and it's not looking too happy right now. It's going to try and get rid of these effects.
He's
and
taking acid damage.
Acid and fire. 3, 4. Yep, and more damage. He does not get rid of them either. Zombie number 2, who is taking a bit of a beating, is going to continue his onslaught against the Elven Ranger Idrisil. He steps forward and launches another brutal punch at you with a 22, slamming you into the clowns again. That's a hit for 12 points of bludgeoning damage. Jeez. Kadoosh. And the clowns underneath you make little squeaky noises. But he only gets those 2 actions. And Idrisil, you're up. You've got this guy just pounding and pounding away. You see Jix is giggling and hiding in the shadows. And there's some weird screeching raven sound and a pissed off shadow dude who's looking around for people to slay.
Idrisil's first action is gonna hunt prey on Rayneth.
Ooh.
Just in case he tries to disappear again. And I'm just gonna continue attacking the zombie.
Zombie right in front of you.
I am at my second.
Before you
sword.
Yeah.
Before you do anything, you've got some wounds that might fester.
Oh yes.
Yes. And that is, I didn't roll that properly. I'm going to roll it. There we go. It's the same number. 5 points of rotting damage as your wounds become necrotic. Nothing you can do about it.
So I grab my arm, kind of wounded still, and I attack the.
+2 flanking bonus.
I do have a flanking bonus.
Yes.
I'm gonna attack this guy right now. Ooh, so that's a total of 17.
17 on the zombie?
Yes. It's +5, +2 flanking.
That's a hit.
Sweet.
With your sword.
That's a +1, so that's a total of 5 damage.
5 points. He doesn't do big blows, but you just keep doing them and keep doing them and keep doing them.
Attacking, it's a short sword. I'm, can only do so much. And then just one.
I don't know what that's like. Explain a little more.
Oh, boy. Oh, shoot. What type of damage are you doing?
Piercing, I believe.
Piercing or slashing.
Or slashing, yeah.
Which would you like to do?
Do piercing.
Okay. You are fine.
Okay. Going to.
Makes you wonder.
I'm going to use my last action to raise my cantrip shield.
Okay. That's a good idea because he's going to be ready to punch some more and more and more.
Yep.
Iggy, we might have to retcon a bit. You also attacked him, didn't you?
Yep.
With what type of damage?
Slashing.
And you hit him once, right?
Mm-hmm.
That did 10 more additional points of damage. He is incredibly vulnerable to slashing damage.
You chose poorly.
Should have swiped instead of poked.
So yeah, as you're getting ready to slash with your axe, just another chunk of big flesh just sloughs off and flops and quivers on the ground like meaty jello.
So
I should have.
it's my turn now.
It is.
Am I taking damage from?
Would it be a recall knowledge?
You sure can.
I don't want to, but
Here we go. 3 points of necrotic damage.
I'm going to Ignol is going to beat his chest a little and going to start raging.
Rage mode.
And then attack
Second action is to attack.
with a that's a good one. 23
23 is a hit.
20 I'm sorry. 25.
Is a critical hit.
Awesome.
Nice.
Plus 10 more damage.
See.
19 points of damage.
All right, plus
21 points of damage.
plus 10 more for his weakness to slashing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is
Yeah.
31 points of damage. Did I count that right?
Yes, sir.
That's a record. And you disgustingly, repeatedly hack sideways over and over again until you cut him in two. And it just flops down into the ground, and the upper half flops into a pile of clowns on the ground, and one of those clowns is very, very sad to have this body on there. And that's you, Idrisil. Nice. Back up at the top is Xander. Xander, there is no zombie near you. There's another one that's closing in, and it is, I think, 15 feet away. That was zombie number one, who's bringing your acid to you. And then there is also a shadowy guy who is hunting down Jix at this moment.
In order to not lose him again, Xander's going to cast Glitter Dust.
This is a new spell.
Yes, at the shadow guy.
Glitter dust.
So creatures in the area are outlined by glittering dust. Each creature must attempt a reflex save. If a creature has invisibility negated by the spell, if a creature has its invisibility negated by the spell, it is concealed instead of invisible. This applies both if the creature was already invisible and if it benefits from new invisibility effects before the end of the invisibility negation. It lasts for...
Depends on the roll.
Depends on the roll.
All right, so he's making a reflex saving throw.
He
the big
is.
guy.
So if he fails the reflex save, he changes his name to Jasmine. Is that?
Every time Xander casts the spell, he goes, Glitter!
All right, you cast
Sparkles.
you cast your big
Actually, his name
level
should be
2
Diamond.
glitter dust spell. He got a reflex
Copper,
roll
copper,
of
copper.
21.
21 does beat the DC of 19.
So with a success, though, his invisibility is negated for 2 rounds. I will give you guys, I will give him a penalty. We'll just add to the spell for his stealth rolls for 2 rounds. So he's lightly dusted with glitter.
Lightly dusted.
Poof. And then that's everything. So Xander is going to pull that shield up one more time. That rock wall collapses. He's going to pull up another one in between he and the other zone.
All right, protective shield. The Raneth fellow, he flies with speed to the left and heads over towards the closest person, which is Jix. And Jix, you shrink back as he flies out with claws. Ah!
Don't hurt me, fucker!
And attacks with a 27 to hit. Not a critical, but a regular hit.
No, but a good hit.
For 8 points of negative damage, and then spends his last action draining away your shadow, which is half gone now, and you are now enfeebled 2.
Yeesh.
And that is it for his turn. And yeah, Jix, you are up. You got this thing right on you, draining like crazy.
Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but we need to get him down to half hit points before the crystal box will work appropriately.
This is a bad time.
You mentioned
Bad time.
Could have said something earlier.
Unless
how many hit points does he have?
that I don't know. Unless we get him to touch it,
Yeah.
and then that's fine.
Well, get over there.
We'll throw it at him.
Jix?
Well, they're throwing at him because it'll unfold itself. But if he's not down to half hit points, it won't matter. We need to actually be like, hey, hey.
You want to judge my box?
All right. Jix tosses a Tanglefoot bag.
Tanglefoot back at the shadow guy. Make an attack roll.
He uses a. Okay. No,
What?
that's a 7.
Was a 7.
That's a 15.
15, you throw it, and it explodes behind him with little brambles and doesn't attach to him at
Okay.
all. Is that a bomb?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was one action.
One action.
That quick bomb is so handy.
It is. Oh shit! And he throws another one. That's better. That's the
20.
20, you throw, he dodges that one, but you anticipate it, and it does hit him. And somehow, weird.
I know.
Is this right? What is this? Makes no sense. Let me double check. He's immune to Jix. Let's see.
Jix immunity.
He is not immune to Jix. You somehow are able to get weird tendrily things wrapped around his shadowy feet hovering above the ground. So his movement is reduced by 10.
And then Jix runs
Okay.
10 away.
Just as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Got it. Sildren, you see Jix running for his life, and then there is a zombie that is right behind you, about 15 feet.
So, with my knowledge of Raineth, is he undead or is he a living creature?
You may make a occult roll.
7.
He's not edible. That's what you know.
Okay.
Forget we asked.
Okay. So there's a zombie close to me.
Uh-huh.
How far away is Raineth?
Raineth is Jix ran that way. He ran that. Raineth is 25 feet away. Zombie is 15 feet away. So they're 10 feet apart.
Right. And
that zombie is
yourself
barreling down onto the group of you by the
14
entrance.
hit points. I want to help you, but I can't. Idrisil. I'm going to go over. I'm gonna basically I'm gonna run over to Raineth.
Okay.
Sword in hand. Actually, yes. No, because I don't have my sword out. I'm gonna draw my bow.
Okay.
Shoot an arrow at Raineth.
Okay.
And Yathane will also be swooping in and attacking Raineth.
All right.
But she will be attacking and not using her other ability.
Okay. Make your attack.
Ooh, I will shoot the bow first.
Usually don't shoot your bird.
Right?
Natural one.
Oh, God, no. It's going to be 16 to hit.
16 against the Raineth is a miss.
Okay.
Idrisil nods knowingly.
Yep. And the bird, I only have one of those decks. Because I drew my bow. And the bird attacking will be a 24 to hit.
Is a hit.
Nice.
And
Picks up the arrow.
yeah, basically.
Caught in the air.
And she will do 10 points of damage.
All right. She does. Your Raven does damage and hurts Ranith. Not as much damage as you were expecting, but he does take damage and hisses.
And if it matters, it is piercing damage.
Okay. And your bird still has one more action. It can attack again with a -5.
Bird has separate actions than you?
Yeah. No,
He said with no jealous tone at all.
my bird will actually, Yathane is just going to fly up and away.
Get out of there.
Yeah.
Okay, the bird flies
So she
60 feet
will,
away.
yeah, she will be 60 feet away from, well, about 50 feet
Goes
away
into the shadow and
from
disappears.
no more than 50 feet away from me,
All right.
and about 50 feet away from everybody
It's,
else.
it's away. The zombie brute comes charging in at Xander. Arsh! And charges in and smashes with a fist on Xander with a natural 20.
No!
Ooh, Xander. You are hit for only... Did I just kill Xander? 30 points of damage?
You did.
You almost killed Xander. Xander's got 2 points.
Oh.
Wait,
Wow.
you had taken damage before. I'm sorry. I have you at 26. Had you taken damage by something?
You're taking.
Not
no.
yet. I had my shield up twice.
Never mind.
He was the
Okay.
one that took the...
I'm at 25.
Okay. It's like the first time I've done this.
Xander's shield is up.
Yes.
So can that absorb 5 points of that?
It can.
That's gonna.
The shield shatters. You cannot use that shield again for 10 minutes, I believe.
Yep.
But that huge blow, it still deals a heck of a lot of damage as the zombie just comes right up to you, stops with its left hand, cups the back of your head, and with its right hand just smashes right through your head. And Xander just has this fist-sized indent inside his face. He's concave, and that is brutal. And the guy takes some damage, though, some sizzling, burning, persistent damage. Done.
Just die!
And he's going to try and get rid of it. He cannot get rid of this. Here it is. No, he keeps rolling a 13 over and over and over again. Idrisil, you are, if that guy's there, unfortunately, you are now 10 feet away from another zombie as it closed in, and you take some nasty little necrotic, rotting smell damage of 3 points of necrotic damage on your wounds. And there is a shadowy guy you can still kind of sense out there, not too far away. You can see him. And then you've got this big zombie guy right next to you.
Did he bleed at all from Yathane's attack?
What bleeding?
Like, was there blood at all? Was there, like,
No.
Okay.
Good question. Idrisil.
It's important to me.
Okay. Sure. Idrisil is going to do slashing damage on the zombie.
All right. Watching Iggy, you change tactics.
Instead of just he's gonna go for the zombie, and I am still in range of it, right? It just turned to Xander.
You have to take an action to step up about 5 feet closer.
Shield's gone, so I'm still going to just attack the zombie with its back turned to me. And there's a flanking bonus still.
If you do a move and hop over here and come around, you can get between it and the shadow guy. He'll still be about 10 feet away from you. You can get behind him, so you and Xander have to be on either side, and then you can get your bonus.
I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll use one action to do that, and then I'll use my second action to attack. With a 23.
23. Did you get a +2 for your flanking?
25 to hit.
It is a critical hit.
Nice.
Go 2d6 plus 2. What is that? 3? Okay, so that is 11 points of damage.
+10 for his weakness to slashing.
Zombie.
And you hack off his arm, you hack off his other arm, and you then ram your sword through its neck and kick it dead once again to the ground. Great job.
So I kill it?
Yes.
Okay, so I have one dead zombie at my feet.
You have an action left.
I'm going to drop my sword.
Okay.
And quick draw my bow.
And that allows you to fire the bow as well.
Yes, it does.
Wow.
I'm going to fire it at Ranith.
Who's Hunt Prayed as well.
Who is Hunt Prayed currently.
Does that mean you get 2 shots? No, this is part of the quick.
That's
it's a whole separate thing. Whole separate thing.
That's a different
I don't know what it does, but
feature. It basically doubles my range, and gives me bonuses to like perception and all that kind of stuff. I did that specifically in case he goes into the shadow.
Right.
yeah, that's
I'm not
perfect.
sure if it would work in that case, but
I mean, if it's
it can't hurt
bonuses,
to try.
perception,
I
and
am
tracking.
saying all of this too.
We're having this conversation in real time.
He's like my apprentice, and I'm explaining to him how the bow
How it
works.
works.
This is very interesting to me. Tell me more.
So I'm going to use my last action. Total of 19.
19 is a hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
19 is a miss. Sorry, I was thinking the zombie. So sorry. That's a tease.
It hits him, but it goes right through him.
So sorry. All right, that's a pretty good turn. Iggy, you're up.
I want to sudden charge Raineth here.
You go running across and you smash through some props and you bust out of a display of wooden dwarves where you can put your head through the hole. You burst through that and you've got your axe and you charge this shadowy guy who seems quite stunned by this. Go for it.
You have another hero point?
I do. I'm not going to use it yet. 14.
14 is a miss.
I'm going to swing again.
Okay.
Even worse. An 11.
You swing and you're just smashing a weird dummy made of straw that you thought was him in the darkness and was not him at all. Xander, you got your back towards this guy, Raneth. He's about 20 feet behind you.
Okay. And after being smashed in the face, watching him get dropped and slashed, which is great.
You put your thumb in your mouth and blow hard so your face extends out.
Get it back. Yeah, so Xander's gonna shoot a let's do everyone's around him again. I just can't burn him up with fire.
No,
I can't burn him with fire.
there's no one around him.
I am.
You are. Sorry, there's one person. That's right. Iggy's around him.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah, do it. I got points for days.
How far away is he?
20 feet.
Okay, so I am it's a 15-foot cone for that one. I'll do it. I'm gonna take a step forward and just like lunge mode and get myself as close to possible and just cast Burning Hands. He does have a reflex save.
Reflex save.
Casting it as a second
Roll that
level.
as well.
You will in just a second. He got a 31 on his reflex save.
Jesus.
Is that a critical success?
Yes, it is a critical
He
success.
takes no damage from the burning hands.
God, does he have to make a reflex save?
Yeah, hold on. Raneth instantly just dodges and ducks underneath the fire and maybe kind of dodges behind the dwarf. And Iggy, you need to make a reflex save.
15?
Not a night.
So Iggy takes full damage and the bad guy takes nothing. Well done, Xander.
I'm so sorry.
Don't start saying that.
Yeah,
So that is 6, 11, 12, 16, 17 flaming damage.
Oh.
Is that persistent?
No, it's just raw gout of flame.
Yeah! Oh, God.
That was not nice,
I'm so sorry.
Xander.
What is up with you people?
Raneth then goes. He holds out a hand to the shadows, another hand to the shadows, and starts getting this big. I keep using that damn word. Voluminous. Voluminous. Thank you. Voluminous sound, and just going, die, all of you. And the shadows cling around you, and I need every single person except your bird to make a willpower saving throw. Keep in mind any Jix warmth inside your belly.
Was it a
That
plus two?
sounded a little wrong.
It's a +1 to willpower, +2 to. Is it a spear?
This is not a fear. It is just raw willpower.
Just willpower. So +1. If you took the potion.
Which I have not yet.
Okay.
27.
I don't even know what the number is. Got it. Just need a 19 or higher.
19.
Right.
Good.
Willpower, 17.
Idrisil is affected.
Jix is affected.
Okay. Where is it?
Your will is terrible.
Yeah.
Jix and Idrisil, you both take 12 points of negative damage.
I'm unconscious.
Idrisil just collapses to the ground. You are both enfeebled, one or one more in the case of Jix.
How much damage did they take?
12.
12 points.
Yes.
And if you were not doomed already, you are now doomed at a total of 1.
Enfeebled and doomed.
For his second action, he races with speed right.
No, he doesn't, because he.
Oh, shoot. How long does that last?
Until he gets rid of it.
What? No.
Takes him 3 actions.
What? No.
It does.
What? No. This was the Tanglefoot, right?
Yeah. He has to
Tanglefoot
spend
bag.
3.
No, it's just one. It's got to be one round.
No.
He's stuck and immobilized for 1 round.
Immobilized for 1 round.
Immobilized for 1 round. Oh, no. That's a different one. Tanglefoot takes for 1 minute. You are absolutely right.
Target can end any effects by escaping or spending a total of 3 interact actions.
All right. He instead moves with minus 10, so he moves 20 feet to Xander. He's still able to pull it off, but slowly. That was his second action, and his third action is to pull away at your shadowy soul, Xander.
I need that.
I just got that back.
That is a total of 30 to hit.
That is a critical hit.
You are hit. Oh, that was almost minimum damage. You are hit for 22 points of negative damage.
Okay, so having 7, I'm at negative 15, so that I'm definitely out.
You are out. And you are enfeebled one more.
So enfeebled.
Where's this box at, Sildren?
Explain to me how
It's right here.
the dying volume.
He's not at half hit points.
So
Your dying max dropped down from 5 to 4.
And I'm now stuck in a healer roll, so you take it.
Give me a glove.
Ranith, seeing the elf and the gnome drop, repeats his prophecy. You will all die. And Jix, you are up.
I'm up.
And I am down.
Jix.
I'll
How
fix.
far away is he?
Within running distance, yeah.
What about within 30 foot
Yep.
revolver distance?
Yep.
And not to hit the dwarf. Oh no, he ran away from me. I don't give a shit. Yeah, get after him.
Jix, quick bombers with some alchemist fire. That's 20.
Is a hit.
yes.
And that's going to be.
Is this the big alchemist fire?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep, it's a 1 again.
Yeah, so 7 points plus 3 persistent and 2 splash.
So it's 9 points of damage. And you now have this dude on fire? What's up with that? That's great. Hold on, let me do that. You hit him with fire. Roughly half of the flame goes flying past him and through him. Half does hit him.
So we took 4 points of that.
And what was the persistent damage again?
Persistent damage is 3.
3, okay. And he does not light a flame persistently at all.
Okay. Go back. Seeing that happen, Jix then quick bombs again with another alchemist fire.
Okay, not learning his lesson, he goes.
That's only 19.
19,
Do
use
I
throw.
use a hero point?
It goes flying through the
How
air.
many you got?
I have 2.
Goes flying right towards him, and what happened?
It hits with a 26.
26 is a contact. What's the damage? Fire splashing and erupting all around him.
Or 13 plus 2 splash, so 15.
15. He is engulfed in flame. Easily half his form is covered in flame, and he is kind of moving around and confused about how this is possible. He's supposed to be like resisting stupid swords and stuff, and instead he's on fire. He was not expecting this to be happening this afternoon in the town of Tabonry. Nicely done. Is that it, Jax? That's a lot.
Yeah,
That's
that was great.
1 action, 2 action, and
Oh my god, he's not done.
third action.
Is to throw quenching fire at him.
Jix pulls this. No, he can't do it if he. Third action, Jix pulls out the smoke stick
Okay.
from his satchel.
All right. Next up is Sildren. Sildren, you see this guy getting lit up by fire all over the place. What do you want to do?
2 of our companions are down.
Yes.
Sildren, everybody's within 30 feet of me, though, right?
Pretty much. Yes, absolutely.
Sildren just raises his hands, drops them really hard, and there's just this like kind of energy that kind of emanates out.
And how about some fall leaves appear out of nowhere?
Yes,
and spread out?
just a light breeze.
It smells clean for the
light
first time,
nature
just briefly?
breeze, sort of
Yeah.
briefly. And if he's undead, he will also take damage.
Oh.
Unfortunately, this is a first level heal area effect, which is only going to do 6 healing.
To everyone, though.
to everyone,
Which is great.
and then 6 damage to him if he's undead.
But he gets, if he's undead, he gets to make a roll. He gets a basic fortitude save.
Yeah.
Yep. Here comes his possible roll. Let's see. He got a 19.
So 19. So wait, is yours 19?
It is 19.
All right,
Okay,
so
yeah.
he passes, he takes half damage.
Correct.
Okay, what's the damage?
3.
3. He takes half of 3.
Well,
No, 3 was the half
right?
damage.
Correct. It's
okay.
3
total.
is calculated to the half damage.
All right, you do damage to him. You realize it's not a lot of damage, and you've seen some other resistances. You know nothing goes through, but that actually goes through and wounds him.
Excellent.
Yeah, he is not resilient to that. And kind of hisses and flinches away as everyone else kind of brightens up. In particular,
Unfortunately-
Xander and Idrisil, you
Yeah.
guys blink into consciousness.
Well, Jix.
Jix.
No, Xander.
Yeah,
you're right.
Xander and Idrisil.
Unfortunately, Yathane is just fluttering around up there kind of aimlessly.
All right. She's in a holding pattern.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
You guys are doing great. You guys are doing great.
Iggy,
It's not a fucking parrot.
you're toe to toe.
No, I thought he ran away from me, didn't he? He ran towards Xander. Said he ran 10 feet.
Yeah, he
away.
did.
Oh, yeah, he ran past you.
So I'm gonna sudden charge him.
Okay.
With rolling a 5, I'm gonna use my last hero point.
All right.
Much better. 21.
21 is a hit.
7 points of damage.
All right. You barely seem to wound him.
Yeah.
You have one more action.
I think I need your help.
I recall knowledge.
You sure can. Make a occult roll.
Yeah, this is what I'm known for. A 10.
A total of 10?
Yeah, total.
All right. You think he is edible.
No.
Presumably.
Okay, I'm done.
All right. Idrisil, you got moved around in initiative because you got knocked out. You can go now.
Okay.
You're prone on the ground.
I am on the ground. Okay.
Yeah, you were not knocked unconscious standing up.
Can I shoot my bow from the ground?
Yes, with a -4.
Can I do a -2 if I kneel?
No.
If I go to sniper position? Okay, I'll use my first action to stand up,
You're on your feet.
and I will.
Clowns squeak underfoot.
Weapon still in hand.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna attack this guy.
Go for it. Are you doing a double shot? That because he's hunter marked? Don't you get that option?
Yeah, let me do a hunted shot here. Do my hunted shot.
Okay, you get the normal attack bonus on that.
Good, because that's a total of 15
15. You shoot, you miss. You can. This is your second shot now.
shots. Total of 17.
17 is another miss. You still have a third action. Rattled from being knocked out.
Stand up.
Yeah, he stood up and then he
100
get
shots too.
100
Oh,
shots,
yeah,
double
yeah.
shot.
One more shot.
Okay,
I'm on fire. 7.
shot. You're just firing through the shadow, not hitting anything. You're phased. You try and shake your head to clear off the weird effect. Xander, you are standing up and then you go back down as an arrow goes flying over. You stand up and you go back down as another arrow goes up and you fly back down. Just arrows are flying overhead. I assume you finally stand up.
I'm up.
That's
and
one action.
Finally, I will try to hydraulic push.
Okay.
See if I can just blast him with water.
Hydraulic push the guy covered in flame.
Don't.
Correct.
Don't. I mean, I guess he's not. He doesn't have persistent damage.
No, he
right?
doesn't.
Okay.
That's a natural 20.
Yes! Ooh, that is a hit.
We hopefully.
Fantastic, because if
Getting
it is
him
a
down close to
critical
half.
success, that is 6d6
66 damage.
of damage.
Can I surrender? Holy cow! Roll a whole bunch of ones, please.
And he is knocked back 10 feet
Ow.
from the giant blast.
Come on. 35 points.
Okay, that is damn near minimal damage.
Yes.
That is 3 1s, 2 3s, and a 6. Look at me making average.
15.
It's 15.
Plus-
Nope, hang on. Plus my spell because it is. Oh no, it's water, not fire. So it's 15.
15 points of damage. All right, you hit him. Everyone cheers as you smash him right in the head, and it just wasn't as glorious as a hit as everyone thought. He's there just kind of steaming with steam rising out of his head. He did get hit. He took some damage.
That would have been so much better. I did. It knocked
Yeah,
him
and
10
you
feet.
knocked him 10 feet back, and he falls into a bunch of old straw sheep for a prop for the next season's movie. And it is his turn. He is going to shoot. Let's see.
He's gonna wring out his shirt a little bit. Get the
We're going to do odd jicks, even Xander. He gets pissed off at that last hit you just dealt and comes swooping right in at you at 20 feet per action because he's still lit up. He is just adamant he will not waste his actions getting rid of it. He's just pissed off at that.
Just screaming as he slow walks.
He gently, with a walker, comes
He's
over.
experiencing his own nightmare. How come I can't run?
And I have rolled this like 3 times with this guy. Gets a 30 to hit.
That's a critical again.
Jeez, Xander, he's just owning you for 24 points of negative damage.
Makes me very negative.
Are you dead?
No.
Not quite.
What's your dying at?
Dying 2.
Okay, 2 of 4 because you are doomed.
Correct.
Could you stop doing that, please?
I'm trying.
You also gain another level of enfeebled.
I have both enfeebled and
What's your enfeebled at?
so enfeebled is also at 2 now.
Okay. His second action is to do that level of enfeebled. And then his third action is to, now that you've dropped, turn around and race towards, slowly make his way towards Jix. And Jix, he is in your face. And next up is Jix. Dude's right there. You just saw him drop Xander, and he's coming out with his open hands. Die!
Jix has in his hands already the smoke stick,
Okay.
and he said, "Not yet, bitch!" And he snaps the smoke stick
All right.
in half,
Snap into a smoke stick.
and it just instantly fills the area with smoke.
Jix actually just starts eating it and starts coughing up the smoke.
He smokes it like a cigar. I'm a dragon man. And so now, Jix is concealed from Raineth.
Yes, that means 25% of the attacks against you will miss, and 25% of the attacks you make will miss.
Exactly. That's his first action.
All right.
Second action is to just back up.
Okay, so a little wall between you of smoke.
Back away. Actually, both his next 2 actions
Or to
Just gonna-
run
Yeah.
50 feet away.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Nice. Sildren, you see some smoke appear, and the Ranith is going to start following the goblin soon through that, but hasn't yet.
Can I just move? Can I just do one move and then one hide?
Yeah. Sure. Make a stealth roll.
60.
Okay. You hide.
How far away is Raineth?
He's about 20, 30 feet.
And how far away is Jix?
Jix is 50-ish feet.
I'm so torn right now. I am going to pull out the crystal box so that it is in my hand.
You have the crystal box in your hand. This is a wire-framed box that's made of tubular crystal. It fits in the palm of your hand, and it looks weirdly like an art piece and not like any powerful magic item at all.
I have no way of knowing whether he's at half hit points or not. Half of his life is remaining.
You can do a recall knowledge occult.
Not my strong suit. Knowing the function of the box, because I would have, Callie and Varro would have at least explained this to me, hopefully.
Sure.
If it unfolds and he's not there, we just need to get him back into it, right?
Correct.
Into that space.
Uh-huh. It will last a bit, but not long.
Okay. Okay, so for my, I guess, 3 actions, I will
First action was to take it out.
to draw the box. My second action will be to throw the crystal box into the smoky haze.
Okay. Make a attack roll, just like your bow attack. It's a ranged attack.
Natural 1, so I will use my other hero point.
He takes off his glove.
And roll that again for a 20. So it's for my bow attack, that would be +7, so which is 26.
All right, this is not a bow attack, just the roll for
but the +7, if I use the same +7.
Just trying to clarify for any listeners, this was the toss of the cube.
Yep.
You throw it, and thank God for hero points, and it goes flying and tumbling through the air and whips past Raineth and clatters on the floor. He thinks it's some sort of projectile miss. And it lands in the shadows. You cannot see it anymore of the, not shadows, the smoke, the smoke stick. You cannot see it, but then you can hear this as it starts to unfold.
And then as my third and final action, I will communicate with Yathane.
Quick little whistle.
And she swoops in behind and attacks him, trying to kind of, as much as possible, get him to move forward.
She won't be able to do that.
Okay.
She can attack, though, if you want.
That will be a 16 to hit.
16 is a miss. She strikes and misses, but you do have that device deployed. Iggy.
Sudden charge him.
Okay. You're right there, charging down on him. You can hear the deploying of the device as well.
25
is a hit with the big axe.
16 points of damage.
Okay.
Nice.
That's a huge blow. Big, huge slice. You slice into the shadow. You come away with shadow almost clinging to your weapon, like it's like giant web type thing that you shake off. And you have another action left.
I do.
And he appears to be in some pretty bad shape with that blow.
I want to try something I have never tried before. I want to shove him.
To shove the shadow guy.
Athletics.
Okay.
Roll.
Go for it.
It's 24.
24. You push and shove him, and you are unable to succeed with the 24. Let me double check. You succeed and push him into just a few feet forward into the shadow, and he there is a little puff explosion of a magical energy. The smoke gives way for a bit. You can see now there's this 6 by 6 foot cube of wireframe crystal. It is transformed to this larger thing. There's a brief bit of magical ball of energy inside that's spinning. The shadow guy goes in, but the smoke continues to rise up from the smoke stick, and that covers it, and you hear him screaming, going, "No! Ah!" And there's crazy little sparks that fly out, but he continues to yell. That was fantastic.
Awesome.
Idrisil, are you conscious?
I am.
All right.
Barely.
How's that feel?
Barely.
I mean, tell me about that. I don't know what that is.
Right now it feels numb. I'm not feeling much, but I am up and I am ready to go here. So I'm going to use a hunted shot on my hunted prey and try to just at least reduce his...
All right, roll 5 or higher right now, or you miss because he's slightly concealed by the smoke.
18.
Okay, now roll your attack.
Okay. That was a total of hero points.
Okay.
What was your roll?
It was a 14. Ooh, that's a total of 29.
It is a hit.
Here we go.
It's a hit.
Yeah.
Because he's 20 to hit normally, from what I've gathered.
Total of 7.
7 points. You are able to send an arrow straight and true into the shadows.
That's the first one. Here's the second hunted shot. Ugh, with an 8. Does nothing.
Roll again. That was your concealed roll. So this is now the hit.
Okay.
Ooh, 15 total.
Is a miss, and you got another action.
I'll shoot one more time.
Okay, this is a 5 or higher to even see through the smoke.
12.
Is it good? And now
Total 15.
is a miss. More arrows. You fired so many arrows. Thank God we're not tracking arrows. Xander, you are unconscious. Is that right?
So very unconscious.
All right. You are making a dying roll. You're at dying 2 right now.
Oh my god.
You need to roll a flat 12 or higher.
The sickened or enfeebled.
It's a flat roll.
Flat roll. Okay. 20.
Natural.
Natural 20.
You lose 2 dying levels.
Oh yeah.
You were at dying 0. You are now stable but unconscious, but you do increase a wounded level. Wow.
Nice.
That
What
is-
a
I don't think I've done
roll.
that
All the
yet.
times for the 20. It is the
No.
best.
That's
So you're wounded
fantastic.
2.
Wounded 2.
All right.
You have
The
lots of effects.
Lava favorite.
Jigs, how long does your smoke stick last?
1 minute.
1 minute. That's a good smoke stick. It's small, but it's
So we have to wait a minute to find out. Are you still there or not?
you do not. As the guy continues to move forward and tries to pull himself out of this trap,
Don't you dare!
and he, Jix, you can see on your side of the smoke, he is clawing and pulling and grabbing onto some strange wooden prop, like a guillotine type thing, with his shadowy hands, and trying to pull himself out, and seems to be slowly succeeding as he's screaming, "Ah!" as the magic is trying to pull him in to teleport him to some random spot in the entire world, and he's slowly trying to get out. He is not successful yet, but he is making progress.
How far am I? Is it my turn? I'm assuming
It's going to be in just a second. Let me make another roll for him, see if he can get out right now. Nope. He is pulling and pulling, and he is trying to get out. It's not being as successful, Sildren, as you thought it was going to be, but there's like this battle between magic and shadow.
I knew I didn't like Calianvaro for a reason.
And it is your turn, Jix. This guy is in bad shape, but he doesn't seem to be being killed, and he's now about to break free of the one trap that can banish him from this area.
How far away is Jix?
Jix, you did one move and then you hid, so you're just a move away.
Jix pulls out his sickle, because that's pretty much the only weapon he has left. Pulls out his sickle and run towards him.
Okay, you charge right at him, trying to do like a sudden charge mimicking Iggy.
Yeah. He's running towards him. Get back in your home, motherfucker!
Happy Gilmore some.
And 21 to hit.
21 is a hit.
3 points of slashing damage.
All right, you race up, curse him, slash, and do absolutely nothing to him. You're just in front, slashing and slashing and slashing, and it just goes right through him and doesn't seem to do anything at all.
That's 2 actions?
That was 2 actions, and he reaches out with a hand and grabs onto your ankle and is using you to pull himself out as well.
Yeah.
Jix says,
Jesus.
"Not today!" And he leaps back in towards Raineth, so that Raineth can't pull himself out of the box. Jix leaps
You leap
towards
into the box.
Raineth.
You're leaping into the box, so he cannot use you as purchase to get out.
Yes.
And reversing all the effort he just made to get out. All right. Make a athletics roll
Which I'm enfeebled 3.
to determine your success.
You were going to say
What?
fate.
This is not gonna be good.
19.
19. You succeed in pulling off your goal. You leap through the air. What was the line one more time?
Not today, bitch!
And you leap through, and you guys can see the smoke lightly part just a bit, and Jix's face come flying into the contraption. The terrifying shadow guy Raneth is pulled backwards in and screams, "No!" And there's a blast of magic, and then there is silence, and you no longer hear Raneth screaming and crying, and you no longer hear any magic pulsing from the enlarged crystal box. And all you see in the basement of the theater is little smoke just rising up from the smokestick.
Jix, no! Where'd he go?
That is a good question. Presumably where Raneth went?
So sad.
Idrisil walks over to, like, behind the box and picks up the 2 pieces of the smoke stick. Just looks defeated.
The smoke clears when you do that, and you see there is this crystalline frame of this 6 foot by 6 foot box, and the crystal now looks all dark. Instead of nice clean crystal, it's all darkened, and there's no magic inside, there's no shadowy guy inside, and there is no Jix inside. You were hoping beyond hope there would be a smiling goblin in there, and it's just an empty, inert box. And we'll stop there for tonight. The heroes gain a new ally in Sildren the Druid, who brought word of a shadow fiend working dark magic somewhere in Tabonry. The group explored the town, got friendly with a grocer, and uncovered a band of undead within the Grand Legacy Theater. Beneath this theater, they found the shadow fiend and had only one way to trap him: force the creature into a teleportation box. With options running out, Jix the Goblin Alchemist threw himself at the shadow fiend, forcing the both of them through the box into a faraway, unknown destination. To help support the show, check out patreon.com/ingloriousbards. A small pledge there will get you access to the after show, character leveling audio, access maps, character sheets, suggest quest ideas, and more behind the scenes audio. Also, come check us out on the official Discord server to talk about this episode or what you think of the show. Get the link at ingloriousbards.com. Thank you to Jeremy, Tim, Chris, Seth, and Alistair, and thank you, the listeners, for joining us. How will the heroes cope with Jix being banished to the far side of the world, and what new peril awaits them in the town of Tabonry? Until next time.